with Phil stumbling drunkenly out of his bed, appearing in his head all the things he's wanting to be said. 19 minutes of Phil to Phil, with so much time to kill. He promised chill, but all he does instead is beg and show. The stream's online and straight away begins to whine, but all is fine as long as Shaz benign and doesn't step out of line. His content's immature for all to endure like fresh manure, but I feel sure he ran should have feeling so insecure. The money he earned on yesterday was withdrawn and long gone, as Phil spending impulse is always had to stay on. If supports are also slow and stays so low and fails to grow, you never know, the show may turn into an easy bingo. Once kicked off across the board with charge to what because his code can be ignored, just how much DSP makes us feel so bored. To help us fight or sleep and try to keep alert to watch a creep who play bingo, but Phil will bitch and why his sheep are also cheap. While DSP is chasing green, we're seeing green across the screen as Phil's routine predictability rivals are slow machine. He's not in burping, leaning, ban. It matters not if battery fun, his trials can't see if hours make him feel less of a man. Takes a drink and starts his like before lunching into a big pretending different bills when truth is there to buy a wrestling JPEG. Talks about his shitty life of call his cat and fatty life and all his strife while forgetting that it's unwell and they were rife. With drama he will react but isn't actor as a fact as he rehearsed to be exact in how he felt he was attacked. She's nearly over it and a win is in sight, with what to white despite Phil to light that tips were not light. We'll say alright it is okay and now it's time for Phil to play, but first he'll say that tips will help from being off the other day. And with those words we win again, it's never if but always when the game is won. Thanks to that we made it to the very end. Hey guys, King Jad here, and welcome to DSP Bingo for what is the 10th of October 2022. It's a Monday. Fucking hooray for fucking Mondays. But yeah, it is a Monday, and yeah, Phil has not had a great start to his Monday. I'll tell you that right now for free, because he tweeted last night after this whole gameplay stuff or whatever. I'll just show you his Twitter stuff, right? So somebody posted their setup, right? My new office. A guy on Twitter called Guile Win quote. I said, my new office / fighting game dungeon. Now, it's quite impressive if you look at the picture. You know, it's a very nice kind of looking setup. Quite some, you know, these kind of retro cabinets, whatever. But Phil, most people were complimenting the guy for having a nice wee setup. You know what I mean? He was able to kind of treat himself, reward himself. It looks pretty fucking cool. You know what I'm saying? But Phil had to be Phil about it, you know, and he had to fucking opinionate himself. He's like, I spent the vast majority of my free time from age 13 to 27 playing competitive Street Fighter. I always thought I'd end up with something like this. Now at 40, I have zero desire for it, and I see countless people who never played competitively have these. Go figure, lol. To me, he's insinuating this guy here has never played competitively ever. And he's quite wrong about that, because the guy does place in tournaments. He knows like he's a fucking competitive fucking player himself. It's just that Phil is ignorant about who the fuck he is. He's assuming the guy's a random nobody with just money, essentially. You know, he's like, I say some fucking rich motherfucker that has never played competitively. No. Phil, the guy earned his fucking, you know, due, and he knows his fighting game shit. The guy clapped back. The guy clapped back to him. He said, but to Phil, if you ask nicely DSP, I can run the PS1 version of Super Turbo on my cabs so you can reminisce on the last time you were ever relevant in this community. That's a hell of a clap back. And the guy, Phil responded by saying, I could reference all the non-PS1 events including future evil calls, but why bother? This is why I'm not part of the competitive FGC. Didn't insult the guy, yes, but he did though, Phil. You kind of fucking assumed he was some random nobody that never played competitively, so yes, you kind of did insult him indirectly by insinuating the guy posting that picture had never played competitively. So yes, you did insult him. But he claims I didn't insult the guy in any way, just explained how my life mindset changed over time and I get insulted for what? Clout? Enjoy it. Then he continued on our tweet, the FGC I know was all about hype, rivalries and the love of the game. Current state FGC is about getting internet famous, making the bag and clout. We all shook hands after every match and didn't hold grudges, so I'm happy where I am, thanks, keep making irrelevant PlayStation 1 jokes. Somebody called him out for that remark. Squall Lionheart, Gunblade on Twitter, Gunblade8 on Twitter. If you didn't hold grudges, how come you hated Justin Wong so much? Because you were always jealous of him. Shut the fuck up, DSP, and stay on level 1. And Phil responded to this guy. I literally never hated Justin Wong. You create this insane oddball narrative around your own obsessive broken belief system, and I'm not responsible to somehow pull you back down to reality. Lol. The guy claps back. You ridiculed him for having an early copy of Marvel 3 when you yourself broke Street Fighter, X Tekken. You also tried to diminish his fighting game credibility in Super SF4 when he lost to Snake Eyes and Gamerbee. 2 players leagues ahead of yourself. I can continue. We've even got fucking Sophie clap back to Phil saying, you know what kind of sad sack of crap you are? You always talk crap about Keem, Justin, anyone you come in contact with. I've never seen someone that loves to make money off poor people and even people's deaths. Special place in hell for you. Fucking even Sophie's in there fucking getting her fucking booting. Kick a man while he's down, why don't you? Although Phil's barely a fucking man, but there you fucking go. Yeah. Also, in another not news, Phil did not get much sleep apparently. Phil did not get a lot of sleep at all. TG Gamebox managed to catch Phil being online 8 hours before this fucking thing. Last night 8 hours ago. I'm trying to think time zone wise, what would that have been? So he posted this yesterday about half. Hold on a second. So hang on. Let me work this out, guys. Yeah, that's going to be 3 AM. That would have been 3 AM Phil's time. This is basically before yesterday's podcast. That's 3 AM Phil's time. So there you go. It's just another example of TG Gamebox getting more evidence of Phil playing that game into the wee small hours of a goddamn day. It's just ridiculous. But there you go. But yeah, Phil's not having a fucking good day because he got absolutely destroyed. This tweet destroyed him. A big thing. It's had almost 3,000 likes. Over 500 retweets. The guy got absolutely obliterated this. The king of hate got roasted, says Glack Demon. Just everyone just got in on this. Even the funny thing was as well, you've had like all these pro players as well. Some of these pro players also jumped in or whatever. I seen Justin Wong respond to the guy as well about his setups, like, can't come over and play or whatever. So he'll be very aware that DSP has got involved in this kind of wee thing. Justin Wong's probably just laughing to him, so doesn't even need to say anything.
Oh! Lock the door.
Okay, I'm going to refresh this because it looks a bit weird. There we go. I got another wee thing at the top of the page. Well, damn it. Phil is awake and he's there, essentially. He's lost a couple more members, and in case anyone's curious, he's due to lose a couple more over the course of... Well, he might lose... He's due to lose 1 more today, apparently, if it's not happened yet. And he's going to lose 20 tomorrow. Phil, quite realistically, could drop below 500 members. And if that happens, he really needs to get 100 sub-bomb before the 23rd. Because he's going to lose 100 then, and that will be the end of hitting that fucking 600 goal. Unless Phil moves the goalposts. But the next big drop's going to happen tomorrow. So Phil does need some kind of big, massive, member bomb happening soon if he wants to hit, achieve his goal and do that strange event. Tony's asking, do I think he decreases a goal in 100 increments? Not by 100, no. In the past, he has decreased it steadily. Sometimes he does it by 25, sometimes he does it by 50. It just depends how much of a massive plummet it takes. I think Phil will lower the goal. If he does not hit it before... If he doesn't hit it before the 23rd, I can see him lowering it. Because he knows he's going to lose 100 then. Anyway guys, before we even start the show properly, Warren sent us a wee short. It's yet again of our Shinko short. It's called DSP Said What She Said. So I've not seen this yet. Let's see what it's like.
I just keep getting hit from behind. I can't see what's hitting me. I just get struck from behind a million times. Wow.
That's what she said.
Michael, please.
There he is.
Please.
Mwah!
There he is. Come on. Congratulations.
Fucking hell, man. Shinko's having a great fucking time with these shorts, like, man. Cheers for that, Warren. Right, I'm not going to waste any more time. Let's just spin the wheel. Let's see what we're going to use to pick our bingo card for today. It looks like it's going to be no exaggeration. It's a very good one. I like it. I like it a lot. No exaggeration for a bingo card today to help us pick it. So we need a number. I'm not going to say. I'm not going to. I'm not. This is like people are posting numbers before I've even asked for the fucking number. I want an odd number between 1 and 51. There you go. An odd number between 1 and 51. And the first number I saw in my chat was Heather P's one at 43. Okay, Heather P wins it. Hopefully Heather won't be as in a much of a bad mood. Apparently Heather's in a wee bit of a annoyed mood. I hate it sometimes it happens to all of us. Sometimes we just get in a kind of weird mood sometimes. But hopefully the bingo will kind of improve Heather's mood. And hell, she might even win some money if it's a full house today, who knows. It'd be nice to win a wee bingo card today. Start off Monday right, you know. So here we go. The 43rd bingo card picked by Heather looks like this. It's the one on the right hand side here. We've got Lip Smack, we've got him saying new games, nobody or no one, him saying okay, and members. Phil blocked Squall. What, the guy fucking gave him receipts for him hating Justin Wong? Fucking hell, man. Jesus Christ, man. Did he talk about it on his... Yeah, I didn't talk about that. I assume Squall posted about it. Maybe. I assume screenshotted it. I'll check Twitter in a bit. So, the bingo card anyway. So that's the first line. Lip Smack, new mate, new games, nobody/no one, okay, and members. Then him sighing, which is a bit of a strange one sometimes. Him saying necessarily, example, absolutely, and him mocking his chat. Then you got a dumb close-up, him saying comment, him snorting, him saying unique and excited. You got him touching his face randomly, which he does all the fucking time, which is a guarantee almost. No exaggeration, time, literally, and him having random food talk. And finally, him giving a years ago story, him saying detractors or trolls, him scratching his moustache, him saying idiot and Twitter. That is a bingo card for today. I think it's a quite strong one. I think it's certainly got a potential to win. I always think that. I always think it's got potential to win, and then it just, it just lets me down because, well, the bingo card doesn't let me down. Phil lets us down. Whenever we don't win at bingo, it's because Phil was to blame for not being his usual self or not doing his usual sort of things. Thanks to Phil, we don't have meaningful in the card anymore. I almost made meaningful a centre square today just to fuck with you all, but I decided not to. I almost fucking did. I mean, I had it typed in there. I was going to generate the bingo cards. I thought, you know what? No, that's too cruel. Imagine if we get everything else ticked off and the whole thing is not ticked off. It's a fucking one in the middle. It says meaningful. That would have fucking killed me if that happened, man. No, I'm not doing that. I might do a poll to see if I want to bring meaningful back. He has been saying it a lot lately. But it would need to be a community decision, in my opinion. And even then, it's like, would we replace Snort with it? Or do we just keep Snort? I don't know. Anyway, the bingo card's been saved, so fucking hooray for that. I'm going to get a stream all set up for you guys. And yeah, we're just waiting for Phil to go properly live. So yeah, I'll get bingo all set up, and yeah, you guys can enjoy some Meerkat music while I get it all set up. And I'll try and find... I'll see if I can get this tweet found as well, where this... the Squall getting blocked off fucking Phil, and see if I can find it.
Big bills next week. All my utilities are due next week. So now in the next few days, I have to raise money to pay my utilities. And then, see what I mean? Like, this is how it is for me. Yet these shitheads out there want to fucking fuck with me behind the scenes, ruin all kinds of financial shit for me. Then on top of that, make stuff up to try to make me sound like a terrible person on the internet.
To make money, I have to pay Ben bills. I have to pay Ben bills. I have to pay Ben bills.
I have to pay my taxes, pay my back taxes. I have to pay my mortgage, pay my internet bill.
I have to pay Ben bills. I have to pay Ben bills,
Bitch.
pay Ben
Taxes,
I have to pay Ben bills.
bitch. Day to day, tips to tips, to pay bills and things. Eventually things will get better. But kind of stuck right now with how things are. That's why I'm trying to
Make money, I have to pay Ben bills. I have to pay Ben bills. I have to pay Ben bills. I have to pay Ben
taxes,
bills. I have to pay Ben
Bill, I have to. If you want to sit here and you want to pretend like you're holier than thou, I'm better than those content creators, man. Because I have a job where I work 9 to 5 and I bust my ass at my job and I earn a paycheck, man. And then I come home. See, I'm not on the internet begging for money all day, man. See, I'm better than them, man. No, you're not any better. Everyone's the same. No one's better than anybody else. Get your ass out there and fucking work, bitch.
That is a business related, and I do still have it.
It's WWE champion time.
Go, 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 go.
Thanks for the money, stupid fuck.
I love it.
Go, 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 go.
By eBay.
Hell!
It's been tough. I always think that it's my fault. Drinking gin. Yep, I'm toxic. I love Hulk Hogan's dick. My ass is so fucking stretched.
Oh, no, you didn't, you motherfucking piece of shit cocksucker. Mark my fucking words. I'm coming for you. For now?
Go, 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 go.
Thanks for the money, stupid fuck.
I love it.
Go, 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 go.
By eBay.
Hell!
Hateful slurs. Lame brain pieces of dumb fucking hateful slurs.
Why am I toxic? I love it. Hey, Mr. Burnell, you there? I am present.
Right, I understand. He's claiming that he's got $5,000 a month in expenses and only $5,000 a month in income, and net's about $35.
It's Kevin's fault.
The topic I want to discuss is depression. Depression is not a joke. It's not something to be joked about with. You are not alone. You are not a horrible person because you have this. It's not your fault. There's still this back here.
Hey guys, I found some tweets for us all to enjoy. So the first one is this one. Phil actually apparently just did another tweet in between where I covered it at the start there. So, poem switcher kind of summed up nice. So he attempts to play the victim, he fails. He attempts to own them, and fails. So, basically this happened. The first, you guys seen what this already before, you know, he's trying to kind of play all that clout. And then he also responded again, saying, yeah, I have a podcast. It's like, he responded to the same thing twice. So he did a quote tweet for it at first, you know, which was bizarre enough. And then the very last thing I seen from him was like this, saying him, yeah, I have a podcast. It's a complete fail on Phil's part here. He's just trying to... Keep in mind, this all started because he wanted to fucking come across as some strange fucking negative piece of shit towards the guy. Like, he assumed the guy was a nobody who just had money to spend. Like, nah, the guy's a fighting game enthusiast. He actually knows how to play the fucking games. He actually does well at these fucking tournaments. Came second in a recent tournament, apparently. I can't mind exactly what it was, but he does know the fighting game. He's passionate about fighting games, is the kind of point I'm trying to make. And Phil was like assuming the guy was a nobody because he maybe hadn't heard of him or something. I don't know. Fucking strange one though. So that's the first one. There's another tweet. There's more tweets, guys. The second is actually, I just wanted to show the original and the kind of response the original got. The original tweet also got like well over 2,000 likes, whatever, and you've got all these kind of, you know, there's like notorious names. Okay, this is kind of funny. Nowhere, Billet Grape. But you've got all these guys that are just kind of saying congratulations. Here's Justin Wong, when can I come over? You know what I mean? Justin Wong's showing some love to the guy. You know what I mean? Just because this is kind of, you know, this, and you've got other guys as well within the community, and you know, just kind of really congratulating the guys, like, you know, compliment his setup and everything else. So it's a mainly positive, you know, his post got a lot of positive feedback, you know, and then like obviously Phil comes in saying, yeah, this could have been me. This is what I used to want, but I don't want it anymore. I was like, that's a fucking strange thing to fucking say in somebody's tweet. Phil's going live already. Shite. Okay, we caught that in just in time. Fuck me. Okay. The last one can wait. Right, guys, you know the drill. Tag me in chat in case I miss anything on the bingo card. Fingers crossed we get a fucking full house today. Here we fucking go. Let's just call that in just a nick of time. Sweet Jesus. So, yeah, okay. Fingers crossed we get a full house today, guys. Here we fucking go.
All right, everyone. Good morning and welcome to the show. I once again have failed on turning on my ghost here because I'm stupid. Welcome to the Level 1 podcast, where we're busy having fun down here on Level 1. And happy Monday, which is a very different day depending on where you're living. It's Monday, the 10th of October, 2022. Here in the United States, I believe we're celebrating Columbus Day, which is weird because I swear that we all collectively agreed that Columbus Day wasn't going to be celebrated anymore because I guess we don't like him anymore. I guess over time it was like disproven that all the mythos we had around Christopher Columbus as an explorer was fake and it was all baloney. So why are we respecting the guy? Yet we still celebrate the day. I'm a little confused about that. It's a 3-day weekend for a lot of people here in the United States. In Canada, today is the Canadian Thanksgiving, I believe. So you guys have a Thanksgiving like we do a month earlier. Our Thanksgiving is in about a month and a half. It's usually the next to last Thursday of November. It's very confusing, but for many of you, today is a holiday. If it is, happy holiday. Whatever you do today to celebrate, I hope you have a good day. I hope you enjoy. For me, it is my return to variety streaming because I had a hell of a weekend playing the Street Fighter 6 closed beta. I'm going to give you my final thoughts on that beta and the game as a whole on this very podcast because it was fun. It was rage-inducing for me because it was the first time in many, many years that I actually was very hardcore trying to focus on learning a game in a very short period of time because I knew I had a limited period of time. And the fact that there were multiple levels of frustration for me. The fact that I'm so rusty. The fact that I didn't understand most of the mechanics of the game because I didn't study up on it. I didn't plan on playing this beta. I didn't think I was going to get selected, and I was selected kind of out of nowhere. I was like, oh, crap, well, here we go. And then on top of that, the fact that the weather didn't agree. It was super hot in this office for the last 3 days. Yeah, it led to a formula for rage for sure, and I'm sure many of you got a lot of laughs out of that. At the same time, I really enjoyed it, and last night, the last session I had, Sunday night, was basically the best I had all weekend. I actually was doing really well compared to the rest of the weekend. I was finally implementing systems like drive impact and the impact counter you can do when you're blocking and things like that. And I was starting to get it for the first time out of 6 freaking streams of trying to learn this game. To the point where it kind of gave me a little bit of my competitive bug back almost. Because I was like, man, I really feel like if I dedicated myself to the game, maybe I could get decent at it. I don't think I would ever be at a high competitive level, but I could basically be like mid-tier, you know? And I kind of got those juices flowing in me again. I haven't felt that in a long time. You know, when I play old school fighting games every Friday night, yeah, I feel that to a little bit of an extent, but I haven't been interested in playing a game at any kind of a competitive level at length in a very long time. And I was like, you know, that beta was pretty much likely the best beta ever done for a fighting game, if not one of the best betas ever done ever. Like, it ran smoothly. Connections were, for the most part, good. There were a few exceptions, but for the most part, the connections were great. They had a wide variety of characters available, so it wasn't like you were stuck only playing 2 or 3 and you would get bored right away. It had the battle hub showing you exactly what you can expect when the game finally fully launches, which was really sweet to have that there so you knew what it would be. Like, it was just really, really well done. If you want to talk about a 180 turn for a company, compare the Street Fighter V broken joke of a beta to the Street Fighter 6 beta, right? And you could definitely see an insane change in attitude and just professionalism. That's very much appreciated because, like I said, I skipped Street Fighter V essentially after that first release because I really didn't like it. I thought it was bad. And I'm a lifelong fan of Street Fighter, and I'm happy to see that the series is going to kind of be more prominent, hopefully, with the release of this game. It makes me hopeful. You know what I mean? Regardless of the fact if I end up being a part of that or not, I'm just happy to see something that I grew up in, was a formative part of my life, continue on in a great and positive manner, you know? And I was very grateful to have been selected, even though I know it was random. It wasn't like anyone handpicked me. It was random who got selected for this thing, but I was grateful to be in it. And it was a good experience overall, you know. So what we're going to do today, I'm going to give you my final thoughts about that, okay? And I am going to kind of follow up also because something happened last night on Twitter that I want to talk about on my podcast today. That'll be a segment of the show that I'm sure people will clip and reference separately afterwards, and that's fine. Because, you know, I was taken aback, pretty shocked, quite frankly. But we'll talk about that when we get to it, okay? A little bit of game news today, not too much, all right? But what are we doing on stream today once we finish the podcast? Overwatch 2, I hope. I mean, here I am again in my Winston shirt for the second time in a week, hoping that I can play Overwatch 2, right? It's like, geez, I hope. Last week was such a flop, man. So disappointing for those of us who liked Overwatch 1 and were so hyped, you know, to play this sequel. And then you go to play it and it doesn't work. Not 1 day, but 2 days in a row. The game is utterly broken and you can't play it at all. You know, and then of course I was so wrapped up with other things over this week. The beta, sorry, it just took precedence being a 3-day limited beta. Obviously that was going to be what I was going to focus on. And so now here we are, Monday of the next week, like a full almost a week later. You got hope that the darn thing works today. From what I'm hearing reports wise, it does work. In fact, my wife played it yesterday on PS4. Her account has now been fully migrated. It took like all week, but she has all her characters unlocked, all the skins from Overwatch 1 unlocked, and she has a ton of skins from Overwatch 1. So after that, she was actually kind of happy. She was like, this is cool because now I can feel like I didn't waste all that time in progress that I played the first game, and I can kind of jump in with a little bit of a head start on anyone else. And she's excited because there's a few characters there. Even she quit Overwatch before it ended, and she's like, yeah, there's a few characters like Baptiste and a few others. Jasper is in the closet, and he's creating an avalanche. Jasper, careful in there, man. Where are you? Hold on a second. Let me make sure he's all right. He has an avalanche of stuff.
Yes, get over there!
Would you consider...
Oh my goodness,
just starting off!
For the next 20 minutes, I'm going to be talking and saying absolutely nothing.
There we go. You can go back in now.
What is that?
We have a Halloween tree that I've used as decoration in previous years, and it fell on top of him when he was crawling around in there, and he's like, oh, and he freaked out and he jumped out. So anyway, yeah, my wife had so much content in Overwatch 2 now unlocked as a result of playing Overwatch 1, and she's like, you know, I quit before all the DLC characters were even released, and she started playing like Baptiste and another character too, I forget who it was, and she was like, oh, I like this character a lot, I want to play now. I was like, well, that's good. I'm glad that you're excited for it because originally she was so angry that it wasn't working at launch. She was hyped for it and it wasn't working. Her account didn't migrate and she was just feeling so negative about it. And now it looks like it's fully working and now she's all excited, you know? So that's cool. And today, you know, I'm jumping in for the first time. Let's hope that it works well. For what I'm to understand, it does work well. It runs fine. You can matchmake and all your progress carries over. However, apparently they didn't fix the achievement bug. If you don't know what I'm talking about, when you earn an achievement on Xbox, when playing Overwatch 2, the whole game crashes. So you have to start over. And if you're in the middle of a match, you lose your progress. Now, someone actually said, now, I don't know if this is true or not. Someone said that once you unlocked the ranked matches, right? Those are the ones where it counts, like, towards your ranking and it's like, supposed to be like your professional progress in the game, that this could still happen. And basically, when this happens, it counts against you. Like the game thinks you rage quit when you didn't. And then you get penalized. And if it happens multiple times, you can actually get banned from the entirety of the competitive season, even though you did nothing wrong because it's their own game bug. I don't know if this is true or not. Obviously, this is a problem. I can't imagine being a game designer in 2021 and not accounting in your game for achievements, which have been in Xbox games since 2006. They had 16 years to plan for this and didn't. Interesting. And by the way, wasn't Overwatch 1 on Xbox? So you already knew how to account for it, yet you didn't implement that in your new version. I'm just like, I'm very confused. I don't get this bug. It's very odd to me that this exists in the game, to say the least. I don't know what's going on here. Anyway, so I'm happy to be jumping in to Overwatch 2 today for the very first time. I am, and I say that the very first time, even though I played like 2-3 hours. I think it was 2 hours last week. That didn't really count because it didn't work consistently. It was such a such a fight to get it to work, and when it did, then it would just crash anyway. I feel like today will be the first day we're actually playing this game. All right, so we're gonna judge, play and judge and see if I like it, and if I like it, continue on playing it. Right? We'll see if I want to have it in my rotation as something regular after having played it. I'll probably play it today and probably play it like Wednesday again, and we'll see if I like it and go from there. Okay. So let's see what happens. All right. Tonight it's the return of chill streaming with Disney Dreamlight Valley. Yes, Disney Dreamlight Valley is tonight's late stream. And here's the thing. This weekend, only playing Street Fighter 6, a lot of people got a little upset. Basically, they're used to me being a variety streamer. I hear ya. I mean, this is what I do now. And it's what I've been doing for a very long time. To go back to a mindset of, I'm just playing the same game for 3 days straight, all my streams. It's all putting to a lot of people who are used to that variety. People showed up on Friday night and said, where's Friday Night Fights? Why is he doing Street Fighter 6 instead of old school Street Fighter? People showed up last night and said, where's Sunday Night Bites? No chill fishing tonight? I hear you. When I'm someone who has a regular schedule, you tend to trust that schedule. And I know some people were kind of off-put. Now we're back to usual with variety, okay? But just to forewarn all of you guys, there is a lot of new releases on the horizon, or I say there are a lot of new releases on the horizon, and they're coming out within the next few weeks. This Friday, we got Scorn. Next Tuesday, we've got the new Plague Tale. The few days after that, I think we got Gotham Knights, and then a few days after that, we got Mario plus Rabbids. A few days after that is Gotham Knights, and then a few days after that is the Resident Evil DLC and Modern Warfare 2. There's so many games coming out that I may have to pick and choose and hold off on a few. And I know that's kind of sucks, because I know there's going to be people who are going to want to see absolutely every new game when it comes out. And I don't think I can juggle them all. I just being honest here. I don't want to be back in the situation where I only play a game every 3 to 4 days and I make no progress in it whatsoever. Especially when there's tons of new games right around the corner that are going to be hitting. And I don't want to have people, wanting more, and I can't provide that to you. I'm a one-man show. I run all my streams, right? It's not like I split the responsibility among other teams of people. It's just me playing the games. So I'll do my best. I promise you. We may be talking in the next 1 to 2 weeks about how to tackle all these new releases.
This fucking one-man show, fucking garbage narrative of his is fucking so annoying. It's like, most people are fucking just doing this fucking as a solo fucking gig, you know what I mean? There's so many people out there. There's very, very few, content creators out there on YouTube that are actually literally teams of people behind the scenes fucking working on it, isn't it? You're talking about like the top tier YouTubers who are able to fucking do that, your fucking Mr. Beasts or whatever, a shit, and even PewDiePie to an extent, keep in mind, PewDiePie started off as a one-man show and he built himself up massively. Even when he was in the millions of fucking subs, he was a one-man show for a long fucking time. You keep that fucking thing in mind. It's just one of those things I feel fucking neglects to mention. Some people are able to fucking, adapt and thrive and just obviously, just grow, essentially. They make the fucking show grow. They're able to fucking branch out. They're able to fucking improve everything, you know what I mean? They're able to fucking bring on people on board to edit for them, whatever, so they can make more content and focus on making the content, and they can have other people worry about the editing for them and getting the content out for them and pay them to fucking get the videos out. That's what I'm saying, though. Phil is fucking... He feels in his head that's like a fucking impossible level to fucking achieve. It's like, no, it's gotta be me. It's all, let's be honest, if Phil got a fucking editor, what the fuck would he do with it? Phil doesn't allow editing his fucking content. The only thing that doesn't get shown to the public, viewing, is the unrecorded segments, which is usually just filled with begging anyway, or him fucking raging about something. Everyone's like fucking saying, guys, I'm a one-man team doing this bingo, guys. I'm a one-man team. I've got fucking Prophet, fucking doing tech support for me, from, I reach out to him sometimes, you know what I mean? We're a one-man team here, for a one-man bingo team. It's just so fucking dumb, this whole fucking narrative. Most content creators are a fucking one-man team, or a one-woman team, or a one, however they want to be known as, you know what I mean? It's one person, almost always, responsible for the content they're putting out there. Almost always, unless you're absolute top tier in the fucking YouTube side of things.
in a professional manner and maybe holding off on a couple of them simply because I can't tackle that many games at once. The game I'm really worried about right now is Evil Within, because I don't even know if I'm halfway through it yet. And at this point, I was looking at the schedule. I'm like, I don't know how much more I'm going to have time to play it. I'm going to play it tomorrow. I'm probably going to play it like Friday. No, I'm not. Friday's Scorn. Saturday's a marathon. Maybe Sunday. See what I'm saying? We're running out of time. It's like at the beginning of this month, I was like, man, we just have so much time. What do we do to fill it? Now, all of a sudden, with this Street Fighter 6 beta that threw us for a loop for the weekend, I'm behind. And now it's like, now I don't even have time to finish what I was doing, you know, with all the new releases right around the corner. So we'll tackle it piece by piece. Let's quickly go over the schedule. Today, it's Overwatch 2 and Disney Dreamlight Valley, okay? Tomorrow, it's just the Evil Within. All right? That's it. Tomorrow night, I'm not streaming. Why not? Well, I have a Patreon, and on my Patreon, people have been pledging to get private React videos. I think I have to make 4 or 5 this month, so I'm dedicating tomorrow night to do that, which means I can't stream, okay? And I know that's disappointing, especially just coming off of the Street Fighter 6 beta. Like, man, you're just coming back to variety streams, and now you're not going to stream one night. I know, but isn't it better to get that done now than to try to cram it in the second half of the month when there's so many new releases and taking a stream away from a new release? I think it makes more sense to do it now. You know what I mean? So that's tomorrow night. And then Wednesday, we'll basically kind of do a redo of today. It'll be more Overwatch 2 and more Disney Dreamlight Valley on Wednesday, okay? I'm off on Thursday. Friday is the premiere of Scorn. Friday night will be Friday Night Fights. Saturday is my Rob Gavigan React Marathon, where all day long we're going to be reacting to spooky and scary videos on the Rob Gavigan YouTube channel. And there will be a 30-man fantasy over-the-top rope battle royale in WWE 2K22, and this one will be horror-themed. I'm going to try to get as many horror references as I can in this battle royale, and it should be fun, okay? I think it's going to be something unique and different. I haven't done one of these in many, many months. You guys liked the 2 that I did earlier this year, and the fact that this one is Halloween themed should be pretty funny, okay? That's Saturday. Then we basically got Sunday, Monday to finish whatever I want, because then on Tuesday is when Plague Tale hits. So I'm almost thinking we need to really focus in on Evil Within and try to maybe finish it. But again, I don't know how much longer I have in the game. Does anyone remember how long Evil Within 1 is? And I think at this point, taking a look at the playthrough, let's take a look here, because I'm not exactly sure how many hours into it I even am. I'm only 7 hours in? Seriously? Oh my god. See what I mean? Like, I honestly don't know how we're going to finish this thing. I think the game's at least 20 hours long. When are we going to have time for that? You see? It's 15 and a half hours in length. Is that true? Because if I do it today, and then we do it again, like Sunday, Monday, maybe we can finish it in time for Tuesday. I want to have it done before these new releases start hitting, but at this rate, I don't know how we're going to do it. Because this Street Fighter beta really, you know, it kind of threw a monkey wrench into the plans, you know what I mean? And I'm liking the playthrough, don't get me wrong, but yeah, I might just have to turbo through it now as much as I can and not really care too much about optional stuff at this rate. I don't know. That would suck if I have to like stop playing it, you know, after having had a good start for, you know, horror themed stuff. Although Scorn is horror themed, Plague Tale is horror themed. Later this month we got Resident Evil, that's horror themed. So it's certainly not like we're gonna have a shortage of horror themed stuff this month, right? Okay. So anyway, that's the rough schedule. We will amend that schedule as we get closer to certain events. I just want to let you guys know, because I haven't really talked about this. The costume for Halloween has been selected. It's a video game character. You guys voted, and it will be a video game character. Now, what will it be? I don't know. I got to look and see what I can find. I already saw a few ideas in stores, but I want to see also what I can find maybe online and try to figure out what the best one would be. So we'll see. So I will be dressing up as a video game character for Halloween. However, you still have the ability to nominate games. We still have that going till about this coming weekend. So if you have not nominated games yet for the Halloween Marathon event, please do by typing !Halloween into the stream chat. That'll bring up the command. You can click on it, and you can go nominate your games. Or you can just go to dspgaming.com, and you can do it right on the forums. Okay? Either or. Okay? Okay, cool. All right. I think we've covered kind of all the bases. Okay, real quick support-wise, let's just cover this right up front. I basically have 3 days left this week. Today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. Thursday is my day off. Anything I raise in the next 3 days goes towards my day off on Wednesday. All right? So thanks for any support, but tips would be preferred. That way I can afford things like groceries, one meal out with my wife, and the like on this coming Thursday. So if you can tip to support the stream, thank you in advance. As you know, any contributions, I give you a shout out. I'll play an animation that's appropriate to the level of contribution. Thank you so much to anyone who does, but tips would be preferred in the next few days, so I have enough for my day off on Thursday. Fair enough? Okay. Now, Street Fighter 6. Overall, what did I think? I loved it. Seriously. Like, the graphics, some of the best I've ever seen in any kind of a game whatsoever, but for a fighting game, that's best in class. Like, running on the Resident Evil engine, the game looks very, very good. Although, admittedly, I think some character designs aren't as good. Luke, I mean, it's a terrible design to begin with. But The characters look great. Even the classic characters seem to be more representative of their cultures. You know what I mean? Like Chun-Li actually looks like she's a Chinese woman this time for the first time ever. She doesn't look like hyper anime or whatever. She actually looks like more realistic, which I like. The art style itself, the flashiness of the graphics. At first, I thought it would be ultra distracting. After playing it for a little while and you get used to it, it's not. I actually think that it's well done. The music. A lot of people are hating on the music of this game. Now, here's the thing. Here's what I can say about the music of Street Fighter 6. Okay, I like it, but it's not. Okay, how can I describe this in the best way possible? Okay, when you play Street Fighter 2 and you hear Chun-Li's theme, right? What do you think? You immediately know it's Chun-Li's theme because it's synonymous with that character. And be honest, it kind of sounds like maybe some music you would hear if you went to China, right? Listen to Guile's theme. Synonymous with Guile and almost feels like patriotic, like a theme that Americans would play, right? When you listen to the theme songs in Street Fighter, they kind of not only fit the character, but the culture the character's from, right? The music in Street Fighter 6 is fun. I like it. Like, I was actually, like, to the beats, I was bumping to some of the beats as I was fighting stuff. Like, you get excited. It gets you excited, get you into the rhythm of the fight, the competitive fight. But I couldn't tell you, honestly, what theme song was for what character. I have no idea. I think they are tied to characters, right? But I just feel like the music is good. It's meant to be catchy for a modern audience. Like, this is the kind of music that a modern audience would enjoy, but it's not iconic. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not going to listen to that theme and say, man, that's Ryu's theme from Street Fighter 6. You're just going to say, oh, that's one of the cool battle themes from Street Fighter 6. The music is more generic, you know? Derek says the Battle Hub jazz music was his favorite. That is true, too. Like, there's nice relaxing Battle Hub music and everything. I think the music director is a great music director for a game, but I don't necessarily know if they understand how iconic Street Fighter music has been up to this point, and therefore they didn't understand that really the music should kick a note when it comes to each character and the culture they come from. You know what I'm saying? So, definitely, for me, I like it, but I definitely don't think it's as good as the classic music. But then again, I mean, I'm always going to say the classics are better. You guys know me how nostalgic I am, right? But I liked it. A lot of people hated on the music. I don't know. I'm not hating on it. I like it. Okay? I thought it was good. I thought it got me excited for the matches. Okay? The online beta, like I said, was literally one of the best, if not the best ever. I don't think anyone could really complain about the beta.
Hooray, we have a bingo already because you just said literally, and that is a bingo diagonal line from top left to bottom right. We are starting decently well today, guys, with all the green stuff there. We got all the green squares getting filled out, so there's our first bingo of the day. Fucking Yaldi.
Didn't work. I mean, they did a few server upgrades during the course of the beta. I think they did 2. But for the most part, it was almost flawless matchmaking. Endless amount of opponents. Even though it was a closed beta, there was more than enough people to hold it all weekend long. Whenever you wanted to play, there were people to play. The aspect of being able to go through this world hub and see other people's avatars was hilarious, obviously. And the character creation is silly as shit. And I think once it's fully implemented, because remember, you're going to be able to do other things like sit down and kill time playing other games. You'll be able to play Super Turbo single player while you wait for someone to matchmake with you and stuff like that, which is kind of a neat thing. It's not implemented yet, but it was nice. It's a nice little, it's these little design touches that's making Street Fighter 6 really feel like this is the big project for Capcom right now, as opposed to Street Fighter 5, which was like, I feel like they barely got the game made. Seriously. Like, the game had so little features, so little polish during its beta phases, and when it came out, it just felt like a big waste. You know what I mean? So anyway, I really enjoyed the overall experience of the beta. Gameplay-wise, you guys know what I feel. I'm not going to reiterate everything I said. There's a lot of things I like and a lot of things I don't like. Definitely the game has footsies back, thank God, because footsies in Street Fighter 5, don't get me started. Street Fighter 6, right from the get-go, you got footsies, and this is what Street Fighter is all about, you know? It definitely feels more like a pure Street Fighter game as opposed to Street Fighter 5. And obviously, there's so much complexity to the engine. There's so many drive abilities. Drive impact, the counter attack when you're blocking, the counter that's like a parry, the dash cancel, and there's so many implementations on top of that. You'll parry into the dash cancel and things like that, and it just seems to me very complex. And I criticized that yesterday. I said our fighting game's getting too complex to the point where a newcomer may be so overwhelmed with a game like this because there's a lot to learn. At the same time, complexity is warranted, I feel, because Street Fighter 5 was too simple. You know what I mean? Street Fighter 5 was like almost like a simpleton Street Fighter where you could learn one pattern with one character, do the pattern all day, and you get bored. That was the game. This game, it looks like because there's so much to implement with the different drive abilities that people can play it differently. One person could be a more offensive, version of a fighter. One person could be more defensive. You could do a hybrid, and it's all good. Keep in mind it's way early to make those determinations, but after having played all weekend, I really don't have any complaints about the engine except for Drive Impact, which we already talked about. I can talk about it very briefly one more time. Drive Impact is the ability that's very similar to the focus attacks from Street Fighter 4. You hold down the two heavies, your character goes into an animation with this big paint or effect or whatever it may be, okay? That move will now absorb 3 hits, and if it hits the opponent, it crumples them, leaving them insanely open for a combo, a super, or whatever you want to do to them, okay? It's slow, but online, it's almost impossible to react to. Because right now online, there's only 3 things you can do to stop it. Throw immediately. Like, you have to throw in the first few frames of it or else you're going to get hit. Hit them more than 3 times, and there's only a few moves in the game that can do that right now, like Chun-Li's lightning legs. Most moves don't hit that much that fast. So really, even if you do like a move at high priority or even invincibility frames, it doesn't work, okay? Or do your own Drive Impact. And that's what everyone's just saying, oh, just do your own Drive Impact. That's great, but number one, in an online setting, you're adding so much input delay that it's very hard to just do it on reaction every time. And number two, not everyone just wants to sit there and play the Drive Impact counter game. The Drive Impact is so frequently available to you because it only takes 1 stock of your drive meter. Your drive meter has, what, 8 stocks? So you can do it 8 fucking times in a row, spamming it, all right? The other problem is it recovers too fast and there's no real risk outside of being hit by someone else's Drive Impact. It recovers so fast, you can just mash jab, and if you whiff, you can just mash jab and hit them anyway and get them off of you. They can't punish it. There were many times someone did Drive Impact, I jumped over it, went to hit them from behind, jab, jab, jab. Now I can't do anything. Like, that's dumb. They should be, like, wide open if they use Drive Impact and miss. They should be, like, they should crumple if they miss. That should be the biggest, that should be the big risk reward here. If you're taking that risk for ultimate reward, if you miss, you're screwed and you get comboed. But that's not the case right now. It's kind of like, just spam it and get lucky and then never get hit. And it's really dumb because a lot of people are saying it's not a big deal. Because here's the thing. Offline, it won't be. When you're playing this game offline and there's no input delay at all, okay, you'll be able to counter Drive Impact fairly frequently. Once you see what they all look like, you'll just be able to counter it right away. It's not a big deal. In fact, I would go as far to say is when you get to competitive circles of this game, you likely will not see people use Drive Impact at all, if only rarely, only rare situations, because people will be able to easily counter it every time. But online, you are going to see this shit spammed like crazy, and there's nothing you can do about it. And it's going to be annoying as shit to the point where it's going to become, instead of Street Fighter 6, Drive Impact Counter Fighter 6. Half the time you're playing Street Fighter 6 online, you got to stop a Drive Impact. That's dumb. Just according to game design, that's dumb. And I think that needs to be fixed. That's my major one criticism of the game, okay? But outside of that, I think like all the other systems are working fine. And it's just a matter of playing a ton and mastering your character and mastering these new systems. I didn't feel like one character in the beta was overpowered. At first I did, but then I changed my mind. I don't think like anyone, I think everyone's kind of balanced. Everyone is viable competitively. Everyone has crazy strategies they can use to do giant combos. You know what I mean? Like, I think everything was good about it. Seriously, I feel like it was well done. So I really have no major complaints about the Street Fighter 6 beta. Was there lag? There was some lag. Were there dropped inputs? There were. But here's the thing. Number one, the lag was not prominent. I would say out of the entire weekend that I played, the entire weekend, 6 streams, maybe 10 laggy matches, right? And that means that the latch was over like 100 milliseconds. If it's under 100 milliseconds, you really can't react, and a lot of your moves are very delayed. But that was very much the exception to the rule, okay? Very much the exception to the rule. Jasper, he's sitting on my lap again. This is all very cute, but you're going to warm up my crotch. He's giving me the look. Jasper, I'm sorry. You can't sit on my crotch. Maybe if it was a little colder, but not right now. Okay, he's so silly. All right. Lag really wasn't a factor for me. I thought that the netcode was good. Here's the other thing, too. I will complain always when my input drops in a fighting game. That's never going to change. But at this point, I think what you guys need to understand is that this is not me complaining about the fighting game anymore. This is just me complaining about the nature of online play and the current state of netcode, as opposed to the game specifically. Street Fighter 6 has completely passable netcode. Yeah. Now, I'm upset every time that I do a move and it drops it. And I'm going to yell and I'm going to rage and I'm going to scream and I'm going to say, this sucks, this game sucks. That's me being angry in the moment. That's not me hating overall on the game. The game is using the same code, the same netcode as other games, okay? And it's going to have those issues. It's going to drop inputs, All right? Some of it is me. I'm old. I'm 40 years old, and this is the first time I tried to jump into a modern fighter in many years, trying to play at any kind of a competitive nature. I know that probably half the time it's me fucking up and dropping my moves. But there's definitely times there when I did stuff, and it just outright said, nope, canceled my input completely. And that's the netcode. And the thing is, people are so set on the fact that rollback netcode is the end-all be-all, the best netcode there is, and it'll never get better, that I don't think we're going to see any advancements in online play and fighting games in a very long time, because people have this weird brainwashed mindset that this netcode is the best netcode. I can't convince you otherwise. All I can show you is evidence, as I've shown you in games, that rollback netcode isn't great, and there should be something better created, but it is what it is. For the netcode that was there, it was great, and I had a good time with it. So overall, I was very happy to play the beta. I had a great time, and to be honest, like I said, I got that feeling back. Those juices were flowing again. Man, I wish this game was coming out soon. I wish this game was coming out in like December, and I could sit down with it. And by the way, when the game comes out, just so everyone knows, absolutely no, I am not going to be playing it nonstop like I did this weekend. What I'm going to do is balance it like anything else, because I'm a variety content creator. But what I'll likely do is balance the modes. This game's going to have an amazing single-player World Tour mode where you create your own character. You build that character over time. I'll balance that with learning characters and playing online for variety purposes, and also balance that with other games. So it's not like, oh, Phil's only playing Street Fighter 6 for a week. No, I'll balance it so that way we're not burnt out like definitely we felt by the end of this weekend, okay? So there you go. So, after having played it this weekend, I get my competitive feeling back. You know, my juices are flowing. I'm excited. I'm like, wow, this is good. And I had a great time. And one final thing before we move on from the topic. I absolutely want to say thank you to all of you who attended the streams, who supported the streams, and who allowed me to enjoy this over the course of a weekend that otherwise we wouldn't have done something like that. Thank you for understanding how important that was to me to check this game out and see if I was going to like it, which I do. And I'm actually very excited for when the final game comes out to try characters like Honda, Blanca, Zangief, and see if those are going to be my style of character, because I really don't feel like any of the 8 characters in the beta are my main. You know what I'm saying? I feel like there'll be different characters that I'm going to like more. And I can't wait. I literally can't wait, and I can't wait to hear more information about it. I really enjoyed it. If there's another beta, I'll try to get in it. If there's a open beta, I'm all over it. And when the final game comes out, I'm definitely getting it. There you go. That's my experience with Street Fighter 6 beta, okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, we finished that segment. Now we're going to get into a segment. Yes, there's going to be drama, just to forewarn you. Some of you like it, some of you don't, okay? So let's do it. I'm sure there's going to be people clipping this podcast from this moment on. So this is the moment. Start your clips. All right, here we go. So last night, coming off of the end of the Street Fighter 6 beta, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the excitement about competitive Street Fighter again. For the first time in a very long time, I haven't felt this way. Admittedly, I'm rusty. I'm a relic. I'm not good. I'm going to have to play my ass off to get anywhere even decent in Street Fighter 6. But I'm feeling it again. I'm feeling that sense of, you know, collectively enjoyed something with everyone on the internet, and it was fighting game related, and this is really neat. You know, everyone online is going very positive about this game. You know, so last night, as I'm getting ready to basically go to sleep, I'm reading tweets about Street Fighter 6 and people in the community. I'm just sifting through the Twitter feed about Street Fighter in general. And I see a few people posting up. Justin Wong posts up and he's like, man, now the Street Fighter 6 beta's over. Like, what other fighting games do I don't want to play anything else. You know, I don't want to go back to any of those other games. And I hear him. Like, I responded to his tweet and I'm like, I hear you. You know, every Friday night I play Capcom Fighting Collection. That's the one other game I would want to play outside of Street Fighter 6. And there's like 10 people who play it on PS4. It's dead on Xbox. So there's no comp in a game that I like. And this game, which is the game that I really like right now, I can't play. You know, it sucks. We're all just going to kind of be sitting around playing the waiting game. So I think there's a lot of us in that boat, you know. And I see Alex Valle post up. And he says, man, was that like mind-blowingly good for a beta, and that's like the example of how a beta should be from now on. And I responded to that and I was like, yeah, like we want to talk about a 180 from Street Fighter 5's beta. That's the example of a 180 turn, and having a beta, you know, it worked so well, you know, such a positive experience, right? So as I'm reading through all these tweets and I'm responding to a few, there's a tweet that goes up by someone who I don't know who this is. I'm going to show you the tweet. And I don't know who this person is at all in the community. I didn't look at their profile. Like, literally, I don't care. I'm just looking through Street Fighter posts, right? And I see this tweet from this guy, and he posts up a picture of, I guess, what is his home arcade at his house. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, you know, it kind of reminds me of the days when Howard had something like that in his house, like over a decade ago. We used to go over there and play Super Turbo with each other. And I'm reminiscing to back in the day when I used to be part of the competitive fighting game community, right? And I used to actually have like aspirations that one day I would have something like this, okay? I thought about, gee, I would like to have like networked cabinets, 2 sit-down cabinets that people could play against, and then maybe another cabinet we could play like versus games. This would be cool because this, you know, at one point in my life, this was my life. You know what I mean? This was my hobby. I've told you guys from the years when, you know, I basically became a teenager, able to travel and do things for myself, all the way through the year, like when I turned like 27, 28, when I started on YouTube, all right? Street Fighter was my hobby, and it was my outlet for like entertainment. This was my, I put everything into this right here, these cabinets. You know, this was me traveling, playing in tournaments, putting money into the community, running tournaments. Near the end of my run, I was a tournament organizer as well as a competitive player at exactly the same time, okay? So this was, you know, a giant chunk of my life. This was something that I cared so much about, and I actually aspired to have something like this, okay? And it's funny because you guys have asked me over the years, are you interested in getting back into the fighting game community? And are you interested in doing something like this? Because now they have the arcade 1-up setups. You don't even have to buy real arcade machines anymore. You could just buy an arcade 1-up setup and you can have your own arcade machine at home or whatever. And I've kind of told you guys over the years, no. And here's why. And I can't really elaborate on that in a tweet with limited characters or whatever. But essentially, here's my mentality, all right? Been there, done that. That was a giant portion of my life. It was a giant time investment during my youngest years when I was young. You know what I mean? And that was when I was healthy and everything, and I was able to travel. And what did I spend it doing? Playing Street Fighter constantly. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying that I look back now, okay? And I look back at this time, and I'm like, you know, I have regrets. Because when I was younger, I had opportunity to do more things with my life than just play Street Fighter. I keep telling you guys, I still to this day, I beat myself up. Okay? Excuse me. I beat myself up about this. Okay? I say, man, I went to Vegas so many times and I never saw the Strip because I'm an idiot who just sat in a hotel ballroom playing Street Fighter or a hotel fucking...
That's another bingo. He called himself an idiot. Usually he's calling somebody else in fucking chat an idiot, but there you go, he called himself an idiot. So that is another bingo for us all. You idiot.
Room playing console Street Fighter. I didn't take advantage of all that youth and that time that I had to travel and enjoy things and be a tourist and take in culture. Instead, it was all about the game. And I guess some people can say that's respectable. I was so on my game during those years. But for me, it's a regret. Because I wish that I actually did more with my life during those years than just, oh, this is about competitive Street Fighter. You know what I'm saying? Can you imagine going to Vegas 3-4 times and never seeing the Strip because you're an idiot? Because I am. I admit today I'm a fucking moron for doing that, right? So here's the thing. Back when I was in competitive Street Fighter, which I retired from essentially in 2007, this was the dream. Something like this. Having something like this was like, that's what you aspire to. This is what you want, right? This is what you want. This is your end game. Hopefully one day you have a living, you have a job, and you can actually have your own game room, right? And then what ended up happening was over the years, my mindset changed. In 2007, I stopped caring about competitive Street Fighter. I started being a YouTuber, and my eyes were opened significantly to all the games that I had missed, right? In 2009, I was reinvigorated to be part of competitive Street Fighter again with Street Fighter 4. That lasted about a year. And then I kind of got out of it again. I was like, you know, even though I like covering fighting games for YouTube, I like doing it at a more casual pace. I'll play them online. But in 2011, once again, I officially retired and said, I'm not going to travel anymore. I'm just going to do variety content for my YouTube channel, and I'll cover a new fighting game if it comes out. But I have no desire to be part of this competitive FGC anymore. I just wanted to be a YouTuber now. Like, I enjoy this way more than all of the travel, the grind, and being part of this community. Okay? And by the way, around that time, I also started seeing this community change. I started to see the FGC. It became less about the love of the game and more about getting internet clout, getting one up on someone else, getting internet popular, internet famous, making that bag, as they say. How can I turn my presence of being a Street Fighter player online into a way to make like money for myself and make a living and this, rather than, oh, you know, this is a way to basically, how can I say it? There's, you know, you can say that there were pro players of sports as well back in the day who did it for the love of the game. And then people argue that today the only reason that there's pro players is because they make money, right? You could argue that. Now, I mean, that's kind of what I saw, especially around the era of Street Fighter 4, Street Fighter 5, when everything became you have to sign with a team, you have to have a million sponsorships. It became more about that than the actual love of the game. There were pro players out there who say they don't like it. I don't like Street Fighter 5, but I play it because, you know, it's a way to make money. It's ridiculous, right? But anyway, I digress. Over the years, I fell out of love with the Street Fighter community, and I decided to do my own thing on YouTube, and that's fine, right? So this tweet, first of all, I want to clarify just to show you this tweet. It's on my Twitter account. This is not me responding directly to this guy in any of kind of a manner. This is just something for me posting for my own followers on my own Twitter account.
When you retweet somebody, they get notified of this. Does Phil not understand that when you quote tweet somebody, they understand that? Does Phil not understand this? Did he think that the guy would never find out he got quoted or something? Hold the fuck on. Let's rewind it.
So this tweet, first of all, I want to clarify just to show you this tweet. It's on my Twitter account. This is not me responding directly to this guy in any of kind of a manner.
It was.
This is just something for me posting for my own followers on my own Twitter account. This is not intended for anyone else to take it any other way. This is me relaying to you guys who know me on my history.
Basically, you're hoping that the guy wouldn't actually fucking see what you said about him. Because you basically referred to him, you seem to insinuate the guy was somebody who had never played competitively, who had such a setup.
No, I've fallen out of love with competitive Street Fighter. You know that Street Fighter 6 was the first time I actually played Street Fighter in a bajillion years in any competitive capacity, right? You know all about my history. So all this is a reiteration of that, you know? I'm basically saying, when I was in my youth, I aspired to have something like this game room. Now, here I am 40 years old. I have no aspirations whatsoever to have anything like that. And now I see a ton of people who aren't even necessarily like prominent big players in the competitive fighting community.
But he is a fairly prominent player. That's the thing. Your quote tweet seemed to insinuate that the guy was not a prominent player in the fighting game community when he absolutely seems to be. You know, he's ranked at tournaments, very recently tournaments as well. He's not some just random person with money. You didn't directly say the guy didn't do. You quote tweeting him and saying that you wish this kind of setup back in the past but you don't anymore, while you see people that have never played competitively have those setups, implies that you think that person didn't play competitively. Your own ignorance has caused this, Phil.
Normal gamers are wanting to have cool arcade game rooms like this. Go figure how society has changed. Back in the day, this was the exception to the rule. This was like an oddity that you would have that. Someone would go to your house and see that and be like, what are you, a weirdo? Do you have a game room in your house? What are you doing? Today, it's cool. You post up about it on Twitter, right? Oh, wow, look at this. I have a game room at my house. This is neat. And like I said, it's not just people that are prominent top players. Everyone's doing it. And that's cool. You know, even got celebrities like, I know AJ Styles is a pro wrestler. He absolutely loves arcade games. He has a whole arcade in his house. Is he known as a competitive gamer? No. But he loves it. It's his hobby, you know, outside of his job as being a pro wrestler. So now this has become a lot more prominent and a lot more mainstream. And all I'm doing is making an observation that when I was a kid, right, this was kind of something to aspire to if you were part of the FGC. If you had a room like this, you made it. Even if
the thing is, Phil's taking it as how he was only making an observation. Most people, when they see Phil's tweet, to me it seems like a shot at the guy. It seems like he's just fucking punching down the guy. The guy is sharing his setup here. You got a new office fighting game dungeon set. It looks pretty cool. The guy's worked hard. He's got all set up nicely. It's a good layout, whatever. Nice big ass wee office for him. A nice wee big ass office. You get what I'm saying though. It's a good wee space for him, you know what I mean? He's worked hard to get that kind of thing that he likes to have. Hard work paid off for a guy, and he's sharing that on the internet, he's sharing that with people, he's sharing that on Twitter, and people are enjoying it as well. People are giving him good feedback. People are saying, hey, Justin Wong, when can I come over and all that shit. People are enjoying this, you know what I mean? People are saying very nice things, complimentary things about it. And Phil is saying like, oh, this is what I used to fucking want, but now I can't ever have it, I don't want it anymore. And then he had to throw in the fact that I see countless people who never play competitively have these, go figure. To me, in that tweet, he's absolutely insinuating the guy's a fucking nobody who's never played competitively. Heather P is saying he isn't punching down, he's punching up because the guy is so above Phil's level. But Phil didn't know that, Heather. This is the thing, Phil did not know who this guy was. So Phil thinks he's punching down. In his head, he thought he was punching down. That's the thing, this is the difference. Phil thought he was punching down here. But even then, when Phil said a tweet not shit, he's now trying to imply he wasn't meant to punch down. But the whole fact of the matter is that he's trying to change the story. He's basically trying to tell us what he meant by what he said. Most people are going to interpret something differently, and most people did interpret it as him meaning something different.
If you're a top player or not, if you had a room like that, people would be jealous of you. Wow, you made it. Wow, this is cool. Because you made it to the top of the FGC, you can have your own game set up. You can practice at home instead of having to go to the arcades, right? So, there's no dig here. There's no insult whatsoever. Doesn't matter how you interpret it. It's not.
No, in fact, it came across that way, Phil. It comes across as you fucking taking a shot at someone who's sharing a fucking positive thing. It comes across as a fucking a kind of shitey punch down, even though the guy's above you.
Not what it is. At face value, it's something for my own followers to digest. It's in context to things that I say and do on my own streams, right? That's all it is. Again, I don't know this guy from a hole in the wall. I literally know nothing about him. I didn't click on his profile. I didn't look at nothing. I just saw this post on Twitter and said, oh, that's kind of interesting. This guy has a really cool game room. And it's something that at one point in my life I wanted. Here I am 40 years old. It's the last thing I would want in my life. I wouldn't want a game cabinet in my house. You know what I mean?
If that was all, I mean, literally, the big problem with what Phil said, okay, literally the biggest problem with what Phil Burnell said was, I mean, everyone knows that, you know, I see countless people who have never played competitively have these, go figure. The very last part of what Phil said is what is the biggest fucking problem. He doesn't understand this. He doesn't comprehend that what he said to you is the biggest fucking problem here. Yes, now I am blocked by DSP. This is why I'm on Nitter. This is the only way I can see Phil's tweets. If I go on normal Twitter, I can't see it. See, Snood thinks I've not been blocked by DSP. No, I am blocked. This is why I have to fucking go to Nitter to load Phil's fucking tweets. But that last part of the fucking tweet is what fucking caused all these fucking... This is what made fucking people, you know, punch back to Phil, not shit. And this is probably why the guy clapped back in the way he did. Saying if he asked nicely, I can fucking run the PS1 version of Super Turbo in my cabinets so you can reminisce on the last time you were fucking ever relevant in the goddamn community. Get fucked, Phil. The guy clapped back massively with you. You fucking stood no chance, Phil. You stood no chance whatsoever fucking ever. Jesus Christ, man. It's just, it's unfucking-believable to me that Phil can't comprehend that last part of the fucking tweet comes across as a fucking negative put down to the guy. The guy sharing his fucking, you know, he's what he's saved and grinded for, not shit, man. He's got it all set up and ready. And it looks like Phil's taking just fucking shitting on him for it. He doesn't understand this, man. This is why, I keep saying this before, without trying to sound like an absolute fucking arsehole about it, this is why I think Phil is, you know, on the spectrum, borderline, because he doesn't pick up these kind of social cues. He's not aware he's been an arsehole, right? Sometimes there's people that are artistic, and one of the things which is sometimes in that is they're not aware they can be rude sometimes. Sometimes they're not aware that they can come across as being, you know, offensive. Because they're sometimes just saying what's on their mind as a matter of fact type of way. But this is why I think Phil's in the spectrum, because he's not even aware that he's actually been, you know, rude here. At least I assume that. He's trying to imply he said nothing wrong. He doesn't think he's been rude whatsoever. So yeah. I don't know, but this is what I'm saying. Phil, let's see what he keeps saying. He's got more to say, so let's see what he says.
So that's all it is. It's an innocent observation and kind of a comparison of me as younger versus older. All right, Black Lady Walking, goodbye. You're out. And anyone else is going to say that it's a dig, you're out. Just
Wow. 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 Black Lady Walking was a member as well. I'm counting that as a mocking chat. He has leaned for somebody. That's a bingo. This is. I'm going to rewind a wee bit there, but Jesus, man.
Of me, as younger versus older. All right, Black Lady Walking, goodbye. You're out. And anyone else is going to say that it's a dig, you're out. Just leave now, because you're here for an agenda, and I'm not going to put up with your bullshit. Okay? Okay, you too. Goodbye. Here it is, because here it is. Here's all the sneak dissing idiots. Okay? Here's one too. Here we go. Goodbye. And you too.
So basically what Phil's trying to say here, even to his own fucking chat, is that, you know, you're not allowed to interpret it what he says, right? You're not allowed to interpret it what he tweeted. Anything else. Only Phil can tell you how to interpret what he says. But he's allowed to interpret what you say however the fuck he wants. Even if you say something that's not actually offensive. If Phil interprets it differently, he's allowed to interpret something differently as long as it suits his agenda. But you're not allowed to fucking interpret his tweets your own way. Only Phil can tell you what he meant by what he said, even who sends. Even if Phil can tell somebody to go fuck themselves, and if Phil says I wasn't being offensive, I was just stating a matter of fact. No, you told somebody to go fuck themselves. That's you being offensive to them. You fucking insulted them. And Phil's like, no, I was stating an opinion and a fact. I wasn't being mean. Phil's broken mentally. His wee fucking tiny giant adult brain is fucking broken, man. He's actually banning members. He's banning long time members and fans. He thinks people aren't allowed a fucking opinion. This is what I'm saying. He's got his own fans in chat which interpret Phil. They interpret Phil's tweet. They're right. They saw this tweet as well. Phil shared this tweet with them, hoping everyone would fucking join in and say, yes, Phil, you are right. You're absolutely fucking right, Phil. That guy was so mean to fucking... The internet was so mean to say you were trying to insult the guy. But not everyone else that fucking saw the goddamn tweet, as Phil showed it to them, was like, aye, it seems like a bit of a sneak diss. It seems like you're having a dig at the guy. It seems like you're being a little bit mean to him. And Phil can't handle it. Phil's like, you fucking guys are meant to fucking agree with me. You guys are fucking meant to agree with everything I say. You're meant to fucking say that, yes, Phil, you're absolutely right. You did nothing wrong. Everyone else was wrong. Get the fuck out of here for daring to fucking disagree with what I said.
And by the way, these are all the sneak dissing regulars that sit here, and they just sit here doing this constantly. They're gone and they're not coming back. Don't even ask to come back. Because now, here's what I get to do. Okay. Thank God, right? Thank God that I can now look at this nonsense and get these idiots out of here, and we can have a good day without this bullshit, right? This is not a dig. You're an idiot if you think it is. Like, no, I'm gonna be very transparent with you now, okay? If you think that's a dig, you're genuinely stupid. Like, you don't have a leg to stand on.
Wow, he's really doubling down. This is another bingo, by the way. A dumb close-up. Dumb close-up is another bingo, but he is really doubling down on this, man. Bloody hell. Sweet baby Jesus, man. Phil's fucking losing his tiny wee mind tonight.
You're a moron. I don't know the guy. I'm not taking a dig at him. It's an observation based on my own history, my own experience in life. It's even me talking about me today versus me when I was younger, right? It has nothing to do with that guy whatsoever. I could have taken a picture from anyone's home arcade. It had nothing to do with a dig at anyone. All right, no insult was in.
See, the thing is, though, Phil, it comes across as a dig. As I said, I explained this to me. Everyone saw the last part of this fucking tweet. Everyone saw the last part of this fucking tweet here. This fucking part right here, right at the very end. You see countless people who have never played competitive. It seems to imply, Phil, you're talking about him and you're assuming he's never played competitively. That's how it comes across. Even if you fucking say... If Phil can't comprehend that people are interpreting this way as a dig. It's his own fucking words. He said these words. Everyone else has seen it as a dig. But because He didn't. Jesus fucking. I fucking give up with him. I just give up with the fucking guy. I just go back to his fucking tweet. Almost 4,000 tweets, likes on his fucking tweet. This guy might have, no, hang on. Let's go to this guy's fucking Twitter for a second. Oh, his knitter. 3,712 likes. 2,000. Him clapping back at DSP has got far more likes than his original picture got in the first place. Thanks to Phil fucking having an opinion on him, the guy's had far more, feedback. And Jesus fucking hell, man. The King of Hate got roasted. Lamau, thank you for this. We're going to get a nice rant on the freezing. Yes, we are indeed. Salt Bay there. Not even his free portable air conditioners can save him from that burn. Unlikely he will see this. He bans, blocks. No, yeah, he definitely saw it. Oh my god, why you gotta be competitive to own arcade cabs? Lol, bro, just save up and buy them from the community if you're serious. But you gotta be a part of the community for that. Let's see more replies. Oh god, Lamau, owned. If he replies to this in any way and doesn't use the word kid, his account was stolen. Oh, it's a deep burn from Josh. So for Max, I love you. straight up hearts, I love you. Lol, bodied. Let's see if that online combo going to work. I'm going to talk like a kid these days, but out of any language you could talk, and you decided to speak based, DSP really was a literally who for me until today, and the first thing I see from him is literal nonsense Lamau. Get his ass Lamau, that's what he gets, Lamau, and then he did what did I do follow up, classic Lamau. Let's see some more, let's just get some more. For Phil, let's see what we take, a wee break from Phil fucking Rant and Raven, just see some more of these. Tell that bit, hang on, let me refresh this. Tell that beggar who's who. You dropped this crown. KO. I'd say he killed him, but DSP's been dead for over a decade now, so... Bro, chill, he's already dead. Laughing my fucking ass off. Burnt Stewie, IO. What's this? Oh, I wouldn't play. Why not? Because I'm on here. Oh, hang on, there we go.
Ooh, kill him! Ooh, kill!
For fuck's sake. Oh my fucking god, man. Some of these fucking responses. Brilliant. But I won 4th place at Evil. Jesus Christ, these are fucking too good. Okay. I'll come back to that later. If I want to fucking laugh, I'll come back to it later on. There's fucking hundreds more. There's hundreds more to be fucking seen. Back to Bingo. But yeah, Phil... Let's just rewind this a wee bit just so Messiah think out of context.
If you think that's a dig, you're genuinely stupid. Like, you don't have a leg to stand on. You're a moron. I don't know the guy. I'm not taking a dig at him. It's an observation based on my own history, my own experience in life. It's even me talking about me today versus me when I was younger, right? It has nothing to do with that guy whatsoever. I could have taken a picture from anyone's home arcade. Had nothing to do with a dig at anyone. Alright, no insult was intended. And it's in my own Twitter. I didn't go to his Twitter and respond in his own timeline. I did it on mine. If you think that's a dig, you're genuinely stupid and you have no place on my stream. And you're gone. I just banned 4 or 5 people who are regulars. No, they're regular sneak dissing idiots and they're out and they're not coming back. I'm happy about this. Okay. So now let's continue. Alright? So... You know, I think nothing of it, of course. Why would I think anything of it? You know, I go to sleep, and I wake up this morning, and this is what I wake up to, of course. Of course, my timeline has to be full of disgusting insults and nasty shit, not just from this person, but a million others. So here it is. The guy insults me out of nowhere. I did not insult him. I didn't take a dig at him. I don't know who...
It's not actually an insult. I mean, it's a wee bit insulting. So if you ask nice at DSP, asking DSP to ask nicely is like, that's a big line, you know. It's like, Bill's like, what the fuck? I have to ask someone nicely. What the fuck is that about? You can run the PlayStation 1 version of Super Turbo in my cab so you can reminisce. The thing is though, the guy's not lying. The guy is not lying though. If it's like, is it an insult? It's a fact. The guy is stating a fact. The last time Phil was relevant in the community was for Super Turbo. He gave up Street Fighter competitively after that, didn't he? Or did he try and keep going competitively? I don't know, I think he did. I feel quite sure that he stopped trying to be a competitive player after Super Turbo. which means the guy wasn't even fucking lying with what he said. If you ask nice, I'll let Phil read out. Let's hear Phil read out in his wee salty, bitter tone.
Who this person is, right? No idea. Let's insult this guy, right? Let's insult Phil, because it's easy to do, because it's the same thing. Now, here's a couple things I have to say about this. First of all right? It's not like this is the first time this has happened. It's not the last time this is going to happen. This is regular on the internet. People are toxic to me who I don't know. I don't know who this guy is. I didn't insult him. I'm not toxic to him at all. I know nothing at all about this guy. Let's insult Phil, right? But the thing that gets me about it, all right, is that the hilarious part about it is it's the same fucking meme again. It's not even like you could take a dig and be like, yeah, well, you sucked at Street Fighter 6. Yeah, I did. Like, I would be like, you got me. I was terrible this weekend at Street Fighter 6. It wasn't until my 6th session that it clicked and I started to understand game mechanics of Street Fighter 6 and shit like that, right? He literally takes a dig based on something from 2005 that's been factually disproven time and time and time again. And he rolls with this meme that never dies, even though it's false. It's a false narrative. So if you ask me nicely, DSP, I can turn the PS1 version of Super Turbo on my cabinets so you can reminisce on the last time you were ever relevant in this community, right? So it's an insult. Basically, he's saying you were only relevant in the broken PS1 version of Super Turbo.
No, Phil. If he doesn't say it's an insult, it's not an insult. Isn't that how it works, Phil? Because you claimed your tweet was not an insult. And because you were able to claim your tweet was not an insult, then it wasn't. So if he tweets out that his tweet wasn't an insult, then that means it's not an insult either. Isn't that how it works, Phil? If the author of the tweet claims it's not an insult, then that means it's not an insult? Or is that just a rule for Phil? Is that the Phil rule only, not for anyone else to use?
Okay. As if I haven't responded to this enough. All right? Allow this to be my formal response to every dim-witted person on the internet who wants to use this meme. Okay? You ready? This is my formal response. Okay? In the time that it took you to boot up PS1 Super Turbo, which, by the way, it's hilarious you have it. Why do you have it? I don't have it. I'm the one who apparently gets all the clout about this version of the game, and I don't have it, but you have it, okay? In the time that it took you to do this and boot this up and take a picture and post it on your Twitter to insult me for internet clout, you could have taken literally a fraction of that time to use your digits and go on the internet and look up the fact that it wasn't just that time that I placed in Super Turbo. That over the course of a 2 to 2.5 year period after that,
Phil didn't take the time to look up who the guy was, but he's having a go at the guy for not taking the time to look up Phil's achievements. Phil still doesn't understand who the guy is. Phil's not aware of who he's talking about. I thought he would have actually looked into who it was by now. He doesn't know who it is. What the fuck? Oh my fucking god.
I was one of the top-ranked Super Turbo players in every version of the game ever that was played in tournament. All right? PS1, every version of PS2, including Anniversary Edition, as well as the Capcom Classics Collection 2. Okay? Dreamcast versions that were run. Arcade versions that were run. I mean, hell, there's footage of me beating Seth Killian in the finals of EVO East on YouTube right now. Hell, you can look at tournament results and you can see in 2007. I won so many tournaments in Super Turbo during the EVO qualification season. I had like 7 qualification spots for EVO finals. They had to give other people my spots because I would have been entered into the finals like 5 times. I would have been playing myself. Okay? They had to give other people, lower ranking people, spots.
Phil, you always play your fucking self, for God's sake. Congratulations, you played yourself.
Oh, by the way, it wasn't just me playing competitive in Super Turbo. It was also me being a tournament organizer. I ran tons of tournaments on the East Coast, including the biggest tournament on the East Coast Championships. It was me and Josh Wigfall teaming up to run it with Chris Cotty in New Jersey. We ran it, the biggest one. People absolutely loved the tournament. We got nothing but positive feedback. Okay? So when you like to use this meme, that the only time you were ever prominent was a broken version of PS1, instead of doing this, all right, and embarrassing yourself, do this. And actually look at something on the fucking internet for 5 seconds. Because this is ridiculously embarrassing. Okay? It is.
He has a fucking interesting pause there. Phil, I just love how Phil is trying his best to fucking tell the guy who he is, but he's not done any research whatsoever into who the fuck he's talking about. I mean, guys, educated guys, who is this guy? So, what's this guy's name? How do I find his tournament results? So, Guile Wincoat is a Twitter handle. Who is this guy? How do I find his results in fighting tournaments? Let's just do a wee quick deep dive here. Let's just compare the records. Phil got 4 for Evo one time when there was so many other people boycotted. Like, who is this guy? Guile Wincoat has a YouTube channel. Well, yeah, but what do we know about the guy? It's like, hang on. Two seconds. Let me see what I can find. 2 seconds here. Let me have a wee quick search. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. Now, I found this Twitter channel. 27,000 subscribers. Let's go to his about page. It doesn't really tell you fucking much at all. Jesus Christ, man. So I wanted to kind of know what about, you know, what's his like? What's he? Is he a competitive player or whatever? He's got a Fight Kid player profile. I'm sure I read something about how he finished second in a tournament last year or something. It's some kind of big tournament. I'm not sure what tournament exactly was. That's what I'm trying to do. I was trying to figure out what kind of tournament he finished in. He finished second in or something. Christ, man. But yeah, Phil's fucking broken. I love his Phil's attempt at a clapback, you know, just fucking attempting a fucking shot at him. It's like, hey, look at the fucking things I've done in Super Turbo. But it kind of proves the guy's point though as well when you think about it. The last time Phil was relevant was Super Turbo. And Phil reminisces about Super Turbo every single fucking chance he gets. Friday Night Fights, man, when he plays an old fucking version. He plays Super Turbo every chance he gets because it's all he can do. He reminisces about the fucking past. Look how much he freaked out in Street Fighter 6, the beta, because it was fucking too advanced for him. He couldn't learn all the fucking new mechanics of the fucking game. He hated the fact that he fucking might have to try and learn all this fucking new shit and try and have far more variety in his fucking moves. He's scared to death of fucking all these other new players fucking just crushing him with all these advanced techniques, and Phil can't memorise them all. Damien Anderson says he found Guile Wincoat FGC rankings. Fucking Yaldi. Share. I mean, so how would other people find those? That's what I can't see very quickly. So how do you find them? Sorry guys for massive derailing, but that's kind of what I want to prove a point here that Phil didn't bother to look into who the fuck he was talking about. Methbear says Phil testified to the unemployment board that he wasn't going to run any tournaments after the first last May. Now he ran tons of tournaments. Yeah, I think aye. So remember, Phil got sued by Best Buy because he got a tiny discount on those consoles he bought. He tried to use a staff discount to buy consoles for a tournament he was organising. They took his ass to court, and he got, the case got thrown out in the end, and Phil managed to get his unemployment benefits back. Guile Wincoat, so you go search his name in rankings. I see. Okay, I have something now. Thank you very much, David Anderson, for that. Here we go, guys. Here's the FGC rankings for Guile Wincoat. Tournament Showdown 2022. He had a 3-2 win rate. Oh, for fuck, there's a lot of people here. Oh, did he cut this? So what's this one here? Page 1 of 1. Hang on. I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at here, to be honest. I'm very confused what I'm looking at here. So, Texas Showdown 2022. He had a 3-2 win rate. He fought Justin Wong. Nice one. Oh, Damien, links won't work for you, pal. You get what I'm saying? No, this guy is in the FGC, right? Undeniably. He's undeniably a part of, you know, he's a player. He's not just some random nobody that fucking bought cabinets for fun because he had money or whatever. The guy also has a passion for this kind of thing. The guy is in the FGC. You get what I'm saying? This fucking pause, man. Jesus Christ. Anyway, guys, get your wee thumbnail for that. Just crop it, the rest of that. Phil's dumbass head, man. His wee stroke face. What the fuck? Alright, back to bingo. Sorry for delay, guys. Back to bingo.
I'm not going to argue with you that I'm not prominent anymore. I'm not relevant anymore. I don't claim to be. When did I say I was relevant in the FGC, right? Anytime I say anything about the FGC, it's some fringe opinion from some wild old man, right? No one listens to me. No one cares. I know that. I'm in my own lane.
Oh, it's a bingo. It said no one listens to me. That's another bingo. We are 4 away from a full house. That's a very strong card. This might be a day, guys. We might get a full house here. What a way to start the week.
Way the fuck over here away from you. Alright? Understand that. And by the way, I want to be away from you. I don't want to be involved. Because here's the thing. This is the modern FGC. You guys ask me all the time, Phil, do you want to be part of the FGC again? Would you ever go back to competitive Street Fighter? Here is your answer. No. This is why I wouldn't want to be. Because this is everything wrong with the modern FGC. Disrespectful, right? Incorrect. Not even willing to spend 5 seconds looking up anything on the internet to actually find out what they're talking about. Only in it for the clout and for the clicks, right? Because no one's going to correct this guy, right? No one's going to say, what are you talking about? DSP was actually very prominent for several years. He ran tournaments. No one's going to say that. All they're going to say is, oh, it's a joke. Because this is what they do. You know what I'm saying? This is exactly what they do. This is the modern FGC. So what incentive would I have to try to get good again or, you know, anything? Oh, by the way, as stupid as it is, obviously if I ever played this guy in Super Turbo, I would wipe the fucking floor with him in any version. Doesn't matter. You know what I mean? It's the dumbest argument ever. Like, in the little time that you were pertinent. Yeah, but to this day, I'm the person who every week is playing old school Street Fighter. I played the fucking 30th anniversary collection once a week for 4 years, even though it sucked. I'm still playing the Capcom Fighting Collection to this day. I'm trying to keep it alive when no one else is playing it. I'm the one sticking up for old school Street Fighter. But go ahead, do your meme, get your clout clicks, you know, because it's all it is. Like, it's like, why would I want to be part of that community? This right here, this post is a prime example of everything wrong with the modern FGC. They live in their own bubble. They live in their fantasy world. They don't want to respect anything. They don't want to research anything. They just want to be in it for the memes and the clout. That's it. They're in it for the lulz. I'm not sorry. That's not what I'm about. It's never what I was about. You know what I'm saying? For me, it was about the love of the game. When I used to play competitive Street Fighter, the reason I did it is because I loved it. It was such a great, awesome competitive feeling, standing toe-to-toe with people from all over the world, learning and absorbing when you played against them. And by the way, at the end of the day, with all of the shit-talking and all of the drama that would ever happen in the FGC, at the end of the day, after the match, you shake the hand and you walk away. And it's that simple. All right? These people aren't about that, man. These people are all about the instant dig, the instant clout. Oh, I got over. Look what I got over on Phil. Good for you. You beat up an innocent man who did nothing to you. I didn't dig on you. I like your arcade. I think it's cool. Really, I think you have a nice home system. You know, one day, I hope a lot of people have the ability to have something like that, you know? And you should be proud that you put together this and, you know, however you did it. Like I said, when I was younger, I wanted something like that too. There's nothing wrong with that. I wasn't insulting you, so why did you insult me? Like, what kind of a person are you? It's fucked up. It really is fucked up.
Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much, Brad Burning, for a super chat. It says, I'm watching a film from this projection. Jeez, aye, fucking hell. This is an incredible rant from Phil here. Just keep in mind, this happened today. He woke up today, saw this, and decided, you know what, I'm going to make a good chunk of my podcast all about this and try and retcon this and make it about me. I'm going to make myself a victim here, even though I instigated all this myself because I'm a dumbass who didn't even realise I was insulting the guy. Chris Dank says, don't forget the videos of this shit making money and paying out for losing. Of course, I know exactly what you mean. I know exactly what you mean, Chris Danks. And Heather P sums up as, if you think it's cool, then just say it's cool. Yeah, Phil had to make it not only about himself, but also to fucking... This thing, Phil wasn't even aware he was having a... This is what I'm saying, this is why... I don't want to fucking just repeat myself, but yeah, there's something wrong with how Phil's brain is wired if he is not aware that he came across as kind of condescending and rude. Like, he's not aware of that, which means that Phil... Oh, gee, it's like, there's no... I think you can kind of understand why I'm trying to be careful how I fucking say it, because I just don't want to fucking... It's far too easy just to fucking go, Phil's autistic and all that shit, which is rude to autistic people in general, because people can't help that, you know what I mean? But Phil, I think Phil has never been diagnosed with autism, which is why he's not aware he's autistic, even though he shows several traits of it. You get what I'm saying? Like the strict adherence to his schedule and everything. He kind of weirdly freaks out when he deviates from his schedule and everything else, you know, and not understanding basic terms like, you know, of any day fund. Now this way he's not even understanding the fact when he's actually being insulted and rude to somebody, he's like, no, I wasn't. You're clearly aware. Everyone else on the internet saw it as a dig at the guy, but Phil doesn't, because he doesn't understand these kind of cues. I don't know, that's crazy. Train says, did you see LTG got platinum and Max got diamond while Phil is hard stuck silver? Doesn't surprise me, not in the least.
Thing, and then everyone responding, oh, he got it, he did a dig on DSP, it's like 4,000 retweets and shit. It's like, what is your problem? Like, do you not understand how dumb you all are? I guess not. And that's the modern FGC. So why the fuck would I want to be a part of you? Right? Like, seriously, why would I want anything to do? Why would I go anywhere near you? I'll stay home. I'll play the games online. I'll rage at the fucking dropped inputs and the lag and all the bullshit, and I'll suck at them, and I'll have fun, you know, with my audience. And that's fine. If I don't have to be blatantly insulted for no fucking reason at all, right? Fuck it. I'll stay away. But understand, this mentality is the reason why everyone calls your community toxic. This is exactly why. This is why.
So, people in your chat got banned because they had an opinion that you were actually being a bit offensive to the guy. They got leaned. These are long-term fans and members that you yeeted out of your fucking community because they didn't agree with every word you fucking said. They saw something you did, they interpreted that themselves as something that was a bit, you know, like a bit rude. And you got rid of them without a second's hesitation. Just because they weren't fucking toeing the line and just agreeing with every word you said. And you're calling any other community toxic when you don't even realise how toxic your own community is because of you? Look in a fucking mirror, Phil. You'll see who's truly toxic here. Dayglow Hour says, there are many high-functioning and all have specific ways to see the world, but I think Phil is just a narcissist while being slightly on the spectrum. Okay, he's some autism there, that's what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. I'm not going to try and, you know, that's what I'm saying. I've told you guys before, I was considering doing a video on why I thought Phil was, like, you know, on a spectrum in some capacity, but I do know several layers to it as well. There's several detractors that are autistic, you know what I mean? And they're nothing like Phil. In terms of, like, you know, they're quite nice, lovely people. So it's very easy. It's also kind of thing these days where it seems like a common thing to try and categorise people. If people are a bit different on the internet anyway, it's normal these days to try and categorise them into some sort of category. That doesn't make sense. I know I just fucking said something stupid, but you get what I'm saying though. It's like we're all trying to fucking label them as something. It's like, oh, this person's kind of weird. It must be because they are blank. Insert the blank. And in the case of Phil, he's probably just an arsehole. It's probably a simple explanation. He's just a narcissistic arsehole.
Why? Right now you can search on YouTube for, oh, the FGC embarrasses itself again compilation. The FGC is cringeworthy compilation. And you see million view videos about how bad the FGC is. Congratulations. You're the poster child now. This is why. Because you act like an idiot. Someone who literally did nothing to you, let's take a stab at him for no good fucking reason. Congrats.
Okay, Heather P says so Phil was not on a spectrum. Heather's oldest son's on a spectrum. People on a spectrum can learn how to have healthy social interactions and how to care about others. Phil can't and won't learn. Okay, very, very good points, Heather. Yeah, it's far too easy. I mean, so basically, instead of trying to blame an actual condition for Phil's, you know, things like he doesn't understand what an A-Day fund is, and he's got a strict adherence to a schedule, and he doesn't understand when he's being rude. those can be considered traits sometimes, but it's also just traits of being an arsehole. It's not just traits of, oh, you might have, like, you know, this or that. It's just Phil being a toxic arsehole. It's probably the most simplest thing to more likely not, even though it shows like a couple of signs of potentially being, you know, no, he's just an arsehole. Never mind fucking trying to attribute that to him. No, he's just an absolute arsehole. That's the easiest thing to do. It's the simplest way to do it, because Phil's not even diagnosed himself as that. Phil actually banned somebody in his chat one time for super chatting him on Twitch, or super whatever the fuck it was. Someone sent a contribution on Twitch, and they actually they thought Phil was autistic, and they submitted money to him in support of an autistic streamer, and Phil took great offence to that. So that was some years and years ago. It was like 2017 or something like that. From, like, I think it was playing Minecraft at the time. Phil took great offence because the guy that gave him money thought he was autistic. And he's like, Phil got fucking really weird about it, man. He's like, no, I'm not.
You are now an embarrassment. Good for you. I don't know what else to say, you know. I can sit here, we can have an e-dick measuring contest all fucking day. It doesn't matter if it matters. None of this matters at all. Why even bother with it just because you think you're going to get some clout clicks, right? So, in conclusion, fuck you. Really, you're an asshole. That's all I have to say about it. Like, you're a dick. Yeah, I did nothing to you. You want to insult me? Go fuck yourself. Okay. So, let's move on. I have one news story to talk about today. All right? By the way, you can stop clipping the podcast now. That was like a 20-minute segment. You stop clipping it now. It's done. Okay. All right. There's one news story today, and it's kind of weird, but I guess I kind of understand why it's happening. It's about YouTube, okay? Now, in YouTube's ever-present effort to become things that it's definitely not.
Oh, I think I might know what it's about. Before he even says anything, I got an email as well from YouTube. I think YouTube are now giving us all handles. Let's see if this is what it's about.
Basically play catch-up with the rest of the internet, all right? Just take a look at what YouTube has done. Take a look at what YouTube has done over the last 5 years, right? They tried to catch up with streaming and didn't really focus on it, and it kind of failed because they stopped focusing on it. They tried to make TikTok with shorts. It's not really catching on that well. You know what I'm saying? You know, but yeah. But the point I'm making here is they're always kind of behind the eight ball on everything, all right? And this morning I received an email. Interestingly enough, I got this email from my old vlogging channel, but not for DSP Gaming. I don't know why I got it on the vlogging channel, but not yet on DSP Gaming. It's a little weird, okay? But anyway, I get this email introducing YouTube handles. And the picture is of, this is the weirdest thing. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this or not, okay? I guess you can see it. See, it's an ampersand, but it's on like a business card, a cartoonish business card. Okay, so what does this mean?
Phil, that's not an ampersand. That's an at symbol. An ampersand is the kind of the squiggy and symbol. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. The best way I can fucking demonstrate it's also, Jesus fucking Christ. The chat knows. Chat knows exactly what a fucking ampersand is. They're spamming it. But Phil, Jesus, I can't fucking believe he said that.
This or not? Okay.
One more time.
I guess you can see it. See, it's an ampersand.
Oh my fucking god, you dumb motherfucker. Valedictorian. Mr. Valedictorian here is calling that an ampersand. He's so fucking stupid. He is so fucking stupid. So, an ampersand, if you're not aware, is this. The and symbol. It's, you know, if you've got a keyboard, for me, being a kind of British keyboard user, a QWERTY keyboard user in the UK, if you hold Shift and press the 7 button, you'll get an ampersand. It might be the same for American keyboards, I don't know. All I know is that when you type in that, you get an ampersand symbol, and it means and. Exactly, it means and. Shift plus 7. That's what it is for me. Maybe for the same for American keyboards, I don't understand. It's just possibly maybe different. But yeah, as you can see here, the ampersand also. So Phil confused the at symbol. Is it got a name, or is it just called the at symbol? I don't even think it's got a fucking name. I think it's just literally called the at symbol, and that's all it is. I don't think there is actually a special name for the at symbol, other than at symbol.
Or not.
One more time, Phil. And bash yourself one more time.
I guess you can see it. See, it's an ampersand, but it's on like a business card, a cartoonish business card. Okay, so what does this mean?
dumb bastard.
So you read it. I mean, do I really need to read the whole thing? I'll summarize it for you. Essentially, what YouTube is doing is they are going to implement an at your name system, okay? And the at your name system is going to tag you on all of YouTube. I know that sounds weird, but basically it's going to be the equivalent of tagging someone on Twitter. So right now, if they tag at they call me DSP on Twitter, you know, I get tagged on all of Twitter, right?
So yeah, basically, so I got the same email as I said, you know what I mean? And my account, so my YouTube account already has a custom handle to it, you know, like it's just my account. It's just, you know, how else do I explain it? You know, it's just my channel. Well, actually, it doesn't actually. Now I think about it. So yeah, this is my channel here. I thought I had my own custom URL, but I guess I don't. Oh well, so be it. But yeah, because I don't have, so basically, it's going to be my basically to find my channel, my handle will be at KingJadVCMP. I'm pretty sure that'll be it. No, Bankleaks, did not say detractors or trolls at all. No, it did not. Yeah, loaded some, but it never said. So I think basically these YouTube handles are basically going to have a way of, you know, tagging you specifically by your handle. Kind of weird, I know. But it is what it is. And Phil's fucking having a weird rant about it. And also, it's only for his old vlog channel.
Money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money. Yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much, Winner Guardian, for Super Chat. It says, DSP is the Chief Wiggum of YouTube. That's a bit harsh. Chief Wiggum was a family man. He looked after the citizens. He was not the most smartest police officer in the world, but god damn it, he tried. Nah. DSP is Ralph Wiggum. Ralph Wiggum would be far more accurate, you know. You know, he's got DSP acts like a fucking child. You know what I mean? He's not any use to society whatsoever. You know, it's like he's basically perpetually a fucking boy. He's a grown ass man in his 40s, but he's got a fucking mindset and mentality of a fucking child. He wants to play his fucking video games all fucking day long and get his fucking pocket money every fucking day from his dent heads following him. Dashy says it's an insult to Ralph. Well, it's certainly a fucking closer comparison, a more accurate comparison compared to fucking police chief Wiggum, who actually is a fucking good citizen, you know. He's actually, that's what I'm saying. What does Ralph do? What the fuck does Ralph do for fucking Springfield? He's a fucking hindrance. Might as well just fucking use him as a speed bump. Weak shit level Ralph Wiggum. Fucking Ralph fucking just get him, fire that fucking little midget bastard into the sun, useless wee bucker. If Milhouse and Ralph had a child, that would be Phil, says DJ Dino. For fuck's sake.
So they're going to make it so that if you do that in a comment, if you do that in a chat here, if you do that on a post, that if you tag a name, that person will be notified. I guess what it is you're going to have like somewhere on your page where you can see all the times people mention you on the site or something like that. I don't know exactly how it's going to work. But essentially what they're saying is, coming up, what's going to happen is everyone's going to have a personalized at name, okay? And if you already have a YouTube channel that has a name, so for example, DSP Gaming has been around long enough that if you just type in youtube.com/DSP Gaming, you get DSP Gaming. DSP Gaming's been around since 2010. Back then, whenever you made a new YouTube channel, whatever you named it became the URL of the channel. Now that changed sometime in the last decade. What ended up happening is you would have a URL, okay, but that URL would not be the name of your channel. However, you could create a shortcut after the fact. You could even like name your channel something different. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you could do, what was it? You could do like for example, let's say you made a channel about, I don't know, gaming history, right? So you could make a new YouTube channel and it would just be some generic thing, but if you wanted to name it, you could have it say youtube.com/gaming history would take you to your channel as long as no one else had that unique identifying name of gaming history. You see what I'm saying? So you could do it after the fact. It didn't just automatically give it to you. You had to assign it. So what YouTube is saying is they're now going to take whatever that unique identifier is to go to your channel, and they're going to turn that into an at tag all over YouTube. Now, what purpose that will actually have, I don't really know. You would think that if someone does it, what'll happen is maybe if you hover over the name, it would bring up their YouTube channel. So for example, if anyone tags at DSP Gaming on anything, you would then be able to click on it and go right to DSP Gaming from there, right?
Shut up, bitch!
It would be a new way to give credit. Like let's say, for example, I'm doing the Rob Gavigan React this Saturday. and I want to give credit to Rob. In the description of my video, I can say, and you can check out at Rob Gavigan, and all you have to do is click on that. You're right at his channel. I don't have to type in a URL. I don't have to copy paste nothing. It's just at Rob Gavigan. Boom, right? You got it. It's quick. So I guess that's the purpose of it. But like everything on YouTube, I fully predict that it probably won't work properly. And I'm curious how this will be implemented because it's not clear in the email that they've sent exactly how it's going to work at all. It's not clear if like there'll be a new implementation that they're doing this for some reason, or maybe it's just because they're going to have a new queue there. I know it's not like, for me, I remember the old way YouTube used to work. There was a whole separate page for messages that you would get from people. All right. I'm thinking, are they going to create a whole separate page just for mentions now? Right. But the weird thing about it is, I swear some people already have this. I swear this already is in effect for some people. So why are they sending an email to my vlogging channel about it? Maybe previously it was only for certain channels of certain size, or maybe it was only for people like DSP Gaming already has had a name associated with it for 12 years. So maybe I already have it. But maybe what they're saying is this is a way for it to go out to everyone. It's not clear. Their message is very confusing. So I'm not exactly sure, what they're getting at here. But like everything with YouTube, when it launches, it probably won't work right. I mean, I just forewarn everyone. Every time that YouTube launches something, typically you have a growing pain situation where it does not implement properly. There you have it. Okay. All right, so that's gaming news. We got two shout outs. First of all, Nightblade Gaming re-upped their membership for 15 months in a row and said, good evening. I hope you, Cat, and Jasper are okay. We are. Cat's at work. Jasper's going crazy. You can see him running around the office here during the podcast. And I'm waiting for the sun to go behind the clouds. Today was supposed to be full clouds. Okay. And
shut the fuck up! Shut your mouth, you thong-wearing fatty! Shut your hole.
Once again, this is the fourth day in a row where it's full sun outside. The weather, if I open the weather right now, it literally says cloudy. But it's not. It's sunny outside. So the weather's wrong. And the reason I'm waiting is I want to open the blinds. When I open the blinds, Jasper loves going in the window. But it's full sun outside. And if I open those blinds, the whole room will be blindingly bright. I won't be able to see. So yeah, I'm stuck. Until I get some cloud cover outside. We're stuck with the same blinds down. It's going to be hot in here again for the fourth day in a row. Hopefully they're right. And as the afternoon continues here, we'll actually have some damn cloud cover. And we'll be able to actually enjoy the weather. Hopefully fall weather. Okay? Okay. Oh, really? HoboX says, the YouTube handles are based around channel size. I actually had this name for 15 years, but I'm going to end up losing it when handles launch. That sucks. So if you have a small YouTube channel, you lose your handle, even if you've had it for a million years. I don't think that's fair, but then again, it's their own business model. I guess they can do whatever they want. That kind of blows, honestly. That kind of reminds me of when YouTube was going to take away verified channels with no justification of it at all. They were just going to say, yeah, we're going to take away verified channels from like 90% of people who have them, and only like the top upper echelon of YouTube channels will retain them. To which everyone had a backlash. Like, why would you do that? Like, we like having the verified channel because it verifies that we're real. It stops harassment. It stops people from impersonating you. It protects business identity. I mean, yeah, we're not all giant fucking YouTubers, but why would you do that? To which there was such a backlash that YouTube backpedaled and never did it. So, yeah, I don't know. This sounds, if that's the case, HoboX, I apologize. That sounds dumb to me. I don't think they should be doing that. Oh, we got one tip. One tip.
Hold on a second. Before the tip, let me rewind because I want to check something. I think he may have actually said he did mention members, didn't he? Because somebody re-upped the membership, and that's what that was all about. So before we even play it, was that somebody re-upping their membership, and that's why I was reading out what if I can said. If that was, I'll count it. I'm pretty certain that was somebody re-upping their membership, and that would count as because he's talking about memberships. So that would count. I completely blanked on that, but that is a double bingo. Because he actually mentioned members. Yeah, it was somebody re-upped the memberships for 15 months, so he did actually mention members. Okay, that counts then. Okay, I missed that completely. I was just thinking that the whole time there. I was like, hang on. We have members on our board. So yeah, that's a double bingo. Right guys, we are 3 away from a full house, and apparently this is very juicy. Fucking trains quivering with excitement about this, so let's just rewind like 5 seconds and buckle in, because apparently this gets good.
Doing that. Oh, we got one tip. One tip has come in today. Snow Carl, that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. I'm not even going to read that. I'm seriously not. Like, sometimes Snowcrawl says dumb shit. But today, I'm not even kidding you, just to paraphrase, it's so dumb. He actually just said, I'm not even going to do the meme. It's so dumb. He says, oh, that comment towards you about that guy from the post you made about his home arcade, oh, that's disgusting and should be taken seriously because people have taken their own lives because of things like this. What? What?
Not gonna lie, I'm a bit confused as well about what Snowcarl meant. Yes, I know he said comment, and that's why I paused it. We have another bingo. Just a one, but we're 2 away from a full house. What did Snowcarl say? No, it's actually no. We can't even tell what Snowcarl said because Phil refused to read it out accurately. Phil tried to paraphrase it, and Phil's dumbass paraphrasing it sounds fucked up. We can't even take Phil's word here as to what Snowcarl said because Phil refused to even read out what Snowcarl said. So I'm not even going to try and listen to it again because it wasn't actually what Snowcarl said. Snowcarl was saying Phil shouldn't take his life. What fucking life? There's no fucking life for himself to fucking take.
What are you even talking about? I don't... Hold on a second.
You know what? He's doing nothing for so long, so what? Let's just... I'm going to play something while he's on his phone here, right?
For the next 20 minutes, I'm going to be talking and saying absolutely nothing.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that?
Go back to Supercuts and get your $5 back, jabroni.
Oh, no!
Fucking inflatable fucking crown.
I just refunded Snowcarl his $1 tip. I did. I literally just did a live refund of it. There was no way I was keeping that tip with one of the dumbest messages I've literally ever read on the internet. Yeah, I'm going to be bullied to suicide by a guy because he did a meme about me on Twitter. I refunded it. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Please do not send me dollar tips with the dumbest thing ever attached to them. That's incredibly dumb. That is so disrespectful to people online who've been bullied to the point of committing suicide that you would make a joke about it like that. You think it's fucking funny? It's not. And I'm completely upset with you right now, Snowcarl. I think you owe everyone an apology for acting like that. Seriously, that was...
Wait. So Snowcarl is trying to defend Phil in his own kind of strange way here. Saying that the guy should have made fun of Phil. He's defending Phil in his own fucked up wee way. Right? He's saying, oh, that guy shouldn't have made fun of you, Phil, because you're depression. And because he defended Phil in a strange wee way, Phil took offence to it. Not only did he take offence to it, he refunded Snowcarl his $1 back. What? Phil fucking pretending he cares about fucking mental health all this fucking sudden. Jesus fucking Christ, Phil. Get fucking real.
Kind of fucked up.
Is he gonna wait?
I can't believe you even said it. Like, I'm shocked that you even said it. You think that that's funny to joke about that? No. Joking about people who are bullied on the internet and they commit suicide and comparing that to me being bullied by some guy in the FGC I don't know. And you think, it's not even funny at all. Like, that's such asshole-ish, dude. All right? So, don't ever do that. Ever again. Okay.
Hell,
so,
man.
no contributions because I refunded that one because there was absolutely no way I was accepting that. Okay? All right. So, we've got about roughly 20 minutes left. If you guys want to do some Q&A, okay?
Q&A!
Please tag me in the stream chat. And, let's do a little bit of back and forth for the next few minutes before we adjourn them.
So yeah, excellent fucking point here by Damien Anderson in the chat. Says Damien Anderson just said calling the kettle black here. Phil just bullied Snowcarl. Hey Snowcarl, don't do yourself in, pal, just because Phil bullied you. His words don't mean anything, pal. Also stop fucking giving Phil money, you moron.
We jump into Overwatch 2, okay? Yeah, I'm hearing the achievement bug is still there for Overwatch 2, so I guess I'm getting kicked from the game again today. Every time I hit an achievement, which is really stupid. Mango Jewel Pods is what's the most viral tweet I ever had? Well, previously it was the tweets about Pro Jared 3 years ago. Even though one of them was directly about Pro Jared and one actually was not. It was more kind of a general heads up. But definitely this year was the tweet about the Oscars. About Will Smith, you know, physically assaulting Chris Rock in front of millions of people all around the world. That one got, I think, 80-some thousand likes and a ridiculous amount of retweets. That's definitely the most viral it's ever been. So let's see here. Why do I put up with Snow Carl so much? I honestly don't know. I'm just too nice. Has Kat played new content? No, because she hasn't hit ranked yet. She's only playing maybe an hour or two in a go. So she has to play enough matches to hit ranked to check out the new maps, and she hasn't done that yet.
You put up with Snow Carl because he gives you fucking money every fucking day. Don't be fucking stupid about it, Phil. Don't even fucking pretend it's not related to fucking money. Let's just fucking pretend that Snow Carl. No, let's just go to fucking. I've got a tips tracker open right here. We can fucking see how much that fucking morons gave you. Where is he? Where is this fucking little moron? Where is this fucking old dent-headed little prick? Snow Carl has given you over $500 fucking dollars. That's $500 in small increments, but it's fucking regular money. It's a regular dollar every day, essentially. Sometimes it's fucking $2, sometimes it's fucking $3, because he used to give you $1.49 per fucking tip. Only recently has it gone down to $1 because you went moved over to PayPal.me and it fucking lowered those fucking, you know, the minimum. But Phil, that's what I'm saying, I used to get this fucking regular little bit of trickle income every fucking day from the same guy over and over again. You tolerated it because you were getting this regular little bit of money and it all adds up. It all fucking adds up. $500 fucking dollars in useless fucking tips from stupid moronic questions from this fucking little idiot. This is how you put up with him. This is why you put up with him. $500, that's fucking like, you know, 20 minutes in WWE Champions maybe. Maybe 20 minutes in WWE Champions. Yeah, it's worth it. One Snow Carl's like fucking 4 Jaspers, for fuck's sake. It's worth it. Fucking moron.
Okay. Oh, let's see here.
Money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much, Aishamamoto, for a super chat. It says he wants to be noticed and praised so badly. Yeah, it's fucking bizarre. Phil's a weird motherfucker. There's no other explanation for it. There's so many fucking people like me that fucking follow his antics and make fun of him. And it's like, Phil is one of the most bizarre fucking creatures to ever exist on this fucking planet. Like, we'll look at him and we're aware of how much of a fucking arsehole he is. He's a toxic wee prick. And it's like, we're fucking amazed at the fucking support he gets from these fucking idiots that fucking just throw money at him. It's like, why? This guy, it doesn't give a shit about you. Phil Burnell does not care about anyone in his fucking chat. He will get rid of you. And the second you have a fucking opinion which is contrary to his own, he will just fucking get rid of you. It has happened to quite a few of his fans today. As a shining fucking example. It's unbelievable how fucking quickly he'll throw people under the bus as soon as they fucking like any sign of them becoming their own individual person, of their own fucking individual thought process that doesn't fucking align with his own. He'll just fucking get rid of them, drop him a fucking hat. It's unbelievable. It's just unbelievable how fucking this person can still manage to maintain some sort of living online from these morons that are fucking happy to give him money. And you got to think some of it's fucking just done by people that actually know. How many people that give him money are not actually fans, but they're just in it to fucking watch him burn? That's the thing you got to ask yourself. How many actual people are fucking just like, I guess you could technically call it troll tipping. Jesus fucking, we're fucking happy to just fucking give this idiot money just so we can fucking watch our favourite clown dance on him. I thought it was a small amount, but it's probably far more than we think. I think it's a complete waste of fucking time giving Phil money, but there's obviously people who are actually entertained by Phil's fucking nonsense.
Yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money. Yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much, Black Mage, for super chat. It says his mum just got told she tested positive for COVID and he lives at home. Well, fuck, rip me. That's unlucky, pal. But it's one of those things. I know it's different for everyone else. When I got COVID, so I got the vaccines. Okay, I know some people are not a big fan of vaccines. They don't trust them, whatever reason, whatever. But personally, I got the vaccines, and COVID wasn't that bad for me personally. But obviously, I'm just that's my individual case, and it's not the same for everyone else. Dashi had COVID recently. The first day for him was a bastard, I know, but he seemed to get the rest of the days after that was a lot more manageable, according to what Dashi told me before anyway. But that first day for Dashi was a bit of a bastard for him. But at the same time though, I've had COVID, and I'm not sure if it's because of the vaccines it helped make it less bad. I don't know. But it seems to be more manageable these days, let's put it that way. At least for most people. But at the same time, you don't want to. Nobody fucking wants to get it, obviously. It's like fucking the flu or anything. Like, who wants to fucking get, ill? Nobody wants to get fucking sick. Even if you do have fucking vaccines that are fucking ready. Try and make it not as bad. But, yeah. Good luck, Black Mage, trying to avoid, the COVID. Best luck to you, pal. But, yeah, I'll say, hope your mum doesn't suffer too much with it, and hopefully she'll just fucking sail through it. And it is what it is. Some people get affected by it so differently. But that's the same with a lot of things, to be fair, you know what I mean? So, fingers crossed. He's all blitzed through it, he's all breezed through it, and it's like almost, it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, I barely noticed I had it. Fingers crossed for you, pal.
Someone tipped me $5. I don't know who, because they didn't give me a name. I just want to remind everyone, if you're going to tip me today or at any time, you have to put your name into your tweet now or your tip now, so I know who it is. Okay, so I'm going to say an anonymous tipper tipped me $5, and the tipper says, "I'm watching posts about TwitchCon." By the way, TwitchCon's over. It ended yesterday. I already said my piece about TwitchCon the other day, so you guys know exactly what I think about it. But basically says, what is going on with all these adult content streamers? It seems like more of them have been talking about TwitchCon and posting up to anyone else. I wouldn't know. Again, you guys know my opinions on Twitch. And
I'm actually amazed that Phil didn't talk about TwitchCon. Some fucking person broke their back at TwitchCon. They had some fucking foam pit or playing some like Gladiator Duel, but the foam pit wasn't actually covered fully in foam. So like somebody won the duel, and she fucking jumped in, like spine first. Or like she done some kind of strange wee kind of arse dive in there. I don't know who. Apparently the person had an OnlyFans. I'm not entirely sure if that was true or not. I don't know who the fuck it was properly. But apparently the foam pit wasn't actually fully covered in foam, and literally jumped in and broke their spine in 2 places. A porn star that became a Twitch streamer. So it was somebody from OnlyFans. Oh, and she fucking broke her back in 2 places because she jumped into a foam pit that wasn't really fully protected. Oh, Jesus. But regardless of fucking what the work to do, it's TwitchCon. You'd like to think that might be a fucking claim, and somebody apparently dislocated her knee as well, in the same thing. So you got to think Twitch, as organisers of this thing, have failed to make sure that people are safe at this thing. Ganji Kid, you're right, it was kind of funny to see. Probably not fucking funny to experience, I imagine. But yeah, seeing it happen, I seen the video and it's like, that kind of looks kind of funny. But then you can't fucking realise that person just fucking broke their back. It's like, what the fuck? Jesus, man. But, she broke her back in 2 places and has to get a metal support rod. Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that as well, aye. But, yeah, fucking, and I mean, it's one of those things, I do hope she gets fucking compensation for it. I mean, regardless of fucking the line of work you're in. Imagine that breaking your fucking back. It's all because, Twitch didn't fucking make sure there was enough protection in place, so these fucking people doing these. So yeah, that's definitely got to be a fucking claim, and hopefully they'll fucking get due compensation for it. But I'm surprised Phil didn't talk about that. But some people are thinking that he didn't talk about it because she's an adult content creator, or at least she was an adult content creator, and Phil doesn't like, he might not be allowed to talk about this kind of things anymore. Cat might get annoyed, he's talking about some former porn star. He's a happily married man, dude. He doesn't want to fucking talk about these things. You know what he's like these days. He's fucking weird as fuck about trying to fucking talk about anything that is remotely sexual in nature, even if it's like fucking formerly porn star. SCP Sophie says, they said the concrete was right under the foam. I meant it wasn't. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't layered. Yeah, I mean, apparently you could see the fucking concrete in some places. Even through it wasn't that much fucking foam. So yeah, it is poorly fucking organised for sure. It's like fucking putting like a wee small mattress down, you know, and like jumping from the top of a fucking house thinking, I'll be fine. That mattress will be fucking, that'll hold me, that fucking mattress, you know, I'll fucking bounce out no problem and I'll be no fucking injuries whatsoever. No, it's not really how that works usually.
And TwitchCon in general, and I don't really have much more to say about it. You know, I did hear about the insanely ridiculous, unfortunate, messed up situation with a woman.
Oh, he's actually going to talk about it.
Who was a streamer who jumped into a foam pit and broke her back in 2 places because the foam pit was completely unsafe at TwitchCon. Now, I don't know who was responsible for that foam pit, but someone is about to get sued into fucking oblivion. So I hope they got a lot of money. Because if you have a foam pit at a convention and you're telling people in there that it's safe to do stuff in and they do it and they get hurt, you're completely fucked. You're going to get completely destroyed in court. So I hope that they have millions upon millions upon millions upon millions of dollars to throw towards that because they fucked up bad. I also heard a lot of other fucked up things about TwitchCon. I heard that it's run insanely poorly, ridiculously overcrowded. No one really tending to the lines, no one really tending to the events properly like they should. People who are handicapped trying to go to the event, zero accessibility, no one helping them with any kind of handicapped accessibility at all. Even though they're supposed to have it by law, they don't, I guess. Like I've seen all these posts on Twitter messed up about TwitchCon. All right. All I have to say is don't go. That's what I said to begin with. Why are you supporting Twitch? That Twitch, out of all the conventions that are out there, that are indie game conventions where you can support your favorite content creators, why go to the one that's run by Twitch and Twitch makes a bunch of money on? You disagree with the way Twitch is run, don't you? You've all said it publicly in the last several years. You're up in protest against this kind of content that gets pushed to the forefront. Gambling and abuse. These communities being attacked by systematic trolling, and Twitch does nothing about it. Oh, by the way, let's all go to the convention where Twitch makes a big paycheck off of us. What are you doing? Why would you go? It doesn't make any sense. Like, on the one hand, ride the bandwagon, you know, feeling good because we were behind all these movements. On the other hand, completely ignore everything we just said because we're stupid and go to a convention. It just doesn't make any sense to me. So, I don't have much to say about TwitchCon besides it's stupid to begin with. There's tons of other better events out there that you can support, but I've heard a lot of fucked up things about it. So now Snow.
Oh, is it interesting? It says train saying systematic trolling. I don't think that would count, train that. That square is specifically for him to talk about detractors or trolls. I don't feel it should count. Yeah, I don't think we can count that as him saying trolls because it's meant to be about us, essentially, him talking about us. He's talking about, like, basically Twitch and the systems in place. Yeah, I don't think we can count that, pal. It's damn close though, and I'm glad you pointed out.
Snow Carl to the dollar apologizing. Yeah, that's great, Snow Carl, but again, ultimately in life, it's about thinking before you speak. You obviously did not, and you need to stop with the bullshit. Because I'm not going to put up with it endlessly on my streams. I'm not going to even support you saying shit like that. Okay. Jade is here, says, I'm excited for Overwatch 2. Me too. Mango Jewel Pots, again, the point I'm making, he says, well, people like to socialize and be around other people in the industry. I'm not against that. I'm against doing it at TwitchCon. You can do it at any other convention. There's a bajillion other conventions you can go to that don't support Twitch. Twitch does not need supplementary income from this con. They don't deserve it. Just think about all the things that Twitch has done wrong in the last 2 years. Shadow banning and kicking people off the site and or out of the partner program, including one of their biggest people, Dr. Disrespect. Promoting sexualized content on their site that underage kids and very impressionable, gullible people are prey to. Not improving the site with the dawn of the new consoles, making it so that it's not about the quality of the video you put out, but it's about basically sucking people in for money, therefore degrading the level of content on the site to be more garbage, trapped, sexualized garbage instead of gameplay. Gambling, being allowed on the site for endless amount of times until people literally threatened to not run ads on the site and lose Twitch money. I mean, I could go on and on and on about the reasons that Twitch is fucked up in the last 2 years. Why would you support them by going to a convention where they make a ton of dough off of it? Don't go. Boycott the convention. Go to all the other indie conventions that deserve it. Give them the attention. Give them the clout. Have your big event there. Fuck TwitchCon. But that's what I mean. These people are so two-faced. Oh, we stand against all these wrongdoings on Twitch. By the way, we'll never leave Twitch because it's our big paycheck. We'll go to TwitchCon and promote Twitch because we make money doing it. We get paid for it. I hate that shit. HN did a super chat asking what makes a GOAT fighting game? Is it by design that they have flaws so people can continue to buy the games in the future? I don't think so. No, I don't think that's like some weird ultimate high-level conspiracy theory. Oh, let's make our game not so good so we can continuously improve it over time and make more money and a revenue stream. No, no, no. Excuse me. I think what happens is right now game developers are walking this tightrope walk between do we make our games more appealable to the masses or do we make them more competitive for the competitive crowd or do we listen to the intermediate group? That's the problem. You don't know who to listen to. With Street Fighter 4, they absolutely were trying to make it more mainstream by dumbing down the controls and things like that. In Street Fighter 5, they literally created a game that was to be played exclusively online in lag.
Like, that's how it was designed. That's why there was so much input delay in the game to begin with. But it was only for a competitive group. They had no offline content at all for a long-ass time. They had to patch it in later. At least with Street Fighter 6, it looks like they're trying to cater to everyone. You got the hardcore mode, but you got an easy control mode. You got online play that's competitive, but you also have a single-player world tour mode where you make your own character and it has single-player story and content. So, seems like the best of all worlds with Street Fighter 6, but I really feel like that's where game developers have issues with fighting games. Who are you catering to and who are you trying to make your game for? I would say NetherRealm does a really good job of balancing that because they always have an interesting story mode and the crypt, which is very much for offline players to get value out of the game, while there's that online component is still there for those who want to play it competitively. Excuse me. Mateo the God did a super chat. He says, I'm playing Overwatch 2 now. The achievement problems are still there. I guess I'm just going to have to put up with it. I mean, what can you do, right? I'm just going to have to put up with getting kicked out of the game every time I get an achievement. And at least for now, right? The queue system, there's no problem. You have to sit there and wait anymore, right? So that's good. Thank God. I got another tip here. 672. Let's see here. Tip me $6.72 talking about this PayPal thing that's not true. So, all right, I'll cover it very briefly. 2 days ago, okay? I wasn't in on this. I didn't read up on it, but supposedly there was a policy update that went out regarding PayPal, okay? And I guess the policy update, somewhere in the line, the wording of it, basically the update said thus. And by the way, let me play this animation before I forget. Here we go. The wording said something like this, and this is me paraphrasing. If you are being found to, if you have been found to knowingly spread misinformation, or not even knowingly, but if you have just spread misinformation, or if you are a spreader of misinformation, okay, PayPal can fine you $2,500 per infraction of misinformation, okay? Now, I just want you to think about this for a second. What? What does PayPal, which is supposed to basically be a virtual bank account, have to do with misinformation? Like, why is PayPal caring about, if anything, the one thing I would say is, what is the money being used for? If someone has a PayPal account and literally it's drug money, it's illegal, it's illicit use, you probably have problems with that. Or someone has a PayPal account that's being used to finance terrorism. Okay, that's probably a big problem, right? You get an international law, there's big problems there, you get in trouble for that, all right? But if PayPal, right, is a situation where it's a legit use of your account, right? And all of a sudden someone says, so you spread misinformation. PayPal had this weird policy thing that said they could fine you $2,500 per infraction. Now, the weirdest part about all this is, what does that mean? What is misinformation? Is misinformation, for example, saying that a vaccine can make you grow eyeballs out of your butthole? Which obviously is not the case, but is that blatant information? Is that misinformation? Could it be like a political thing? Like saying Donald Trump actually won the presidential election when he didn't? You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it could be categorized as. You know what I'm saying? But it's weird and confusing the way that this is worded.
I mean, yes, that is misinformation. Also, I feel like that could be taken very out of context for future use.
Trump actually won the presidential election.
Yeah, there you go. Phil admitted to everyone on a stream that Trump won the presidential election. That is what he believes. And yeah, Phil said it, so it must be true. Who cares what else he said after that? It's Phil literally said, right then and there, that was his words, Trump won the presidential election. So yeah, it's clearly what he believes. It's a wee bit mean, isn't it? But yeah.
And when he didn't, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what it could be categorized as. You know what I'm saying? But it's weird and confusing the way that this is worded in the terms of service, supposedly. Now, I didn't read the terms of service, so I don't know. And I also don't know if this was something that was going out and was going to take effect or didn't take effect. But basically, I guess someone caught on to this and started talking about it, and it blew up all over social media. Like, all of social media was talking about this. PayPal is going to fine you $2,500 if you say something that's not true, right? So the internet, for like, no exaggeration, like 4 hours is going crazy about this, like 2 days ago. And then all...
Hooray! No exaggeration. We are... Oh, this is very close. This is very close to a full house. That is another bingo. That is a double bingo. Yep, double bingo. So that's a double bingo right then and there. We are one away from full house. Today could be the day. All you have to do is say detractor or trolls. Yeah, has to mention trolls or detractors, one or the other will do. This could be it.
All of a sudden, I remember I streamed, and I went back on the internet, and already within a few hours, PayPal had come out and made a public statement. This is wrong. This is not correct. The statement that people are quoting was never meant to be something that was put publicly towards any terms of service. This was an error. To which you kind of scratch your head about it, and you're like, well, that's great, but why would you... Well, I don't understand how the language got in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, right now, if I'm writing the rules to my channel, and I write rule number 1, please be respectful to everyone on the channel. Rule number 2, please don't reference detractor memes. Rule number 3, anyone with...
Well, there it is. He literally said it. We have a full house. We have a full 25 out of 25. We got here. Now, let's watch the rest of the podcast because, I mean, why the hell not? I might as well watch the rest of the podcast.
With the name of Carl is a jerk and is permanently banned. Rule number 4. And then someone's like, wait, what was that rule number 3? What was that? Hold on a second. Wait, what? Right? And I'd be like, oh, sorry. That was never meant to be in the rules. Let me delete that, right? Like, wait, but how did it get there to begin with, right? Things don't just magically appear in your rules out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm pretty sure an intern who works at PayPal didn't suddenly have access to the terms of service and decide to put in a troll statement in there. You know what I mean? Like, so what is, to me, it sounds like they had an intention to do something like this. They hadn't really fleshed it out yet to understand the specifics of it. In fact, maybe it was purposely not fleshed out to be more ambiguous. So that way, they could do it, say and do whatever they want, right? I don't know. Again, I don't know.
Holy shit, how far are we behind? How the fuck did we get 40 minutes behind? How the fuck did that happen? How much blethering is he doing? Okay, he's like, we're a few minutes away from him going on break. Okay, we'll watch the rest of the fucking podcast, okay? But then we need to fucking find a winner. Don't fucking go anywhere, guys. One of you guys is going to win 25 quid.
Oh, I didn't read it. I haven't seen it. All I know was what people were saying about it on the internet. All I could do is talk about what I saw people talking about. But it's just weird that somehow, you know what I'm saying? It's just weird to me that somehow this even got in there. If it's not true, it's not real, but it was there apparently. I mean, people didn't just pull it out of their butts, right? Unless the original poster made it up. But I guess what they're saying is no, that's not the case. It was really from them, but it was not true. So you tell me. Basically, they backpedal. So this is not the case. The thing, here's really where I feel is what's happening, right? It's about politics, like everything. So thank God I'm not a political guy. This is not the politics channel, right? It's about politics. Right now, in this world, and particularly in the United States, we really have this culture clash war of the left versus the right. And there is no middle ground. It's like either you're left or you're right. If you're someone middle ground like me, you're the devil. Like, I'm worse than left or right. Everyone hates me because I'm not on either side. I tell you guys all the time, I think both extremes are stupid, right? You got to find a compromise. But they don't want to do that. It's either you're left or you're right, correct? So in this case, I think what it is it's political. They want to look at situations where people are saying things about, for example, the vaccine for COVID, or, you know.
I'm so fucking bored of Phil. I think fuck this. Fuck this. Let's just pick a winner for the fucking bingo card, because he's just fucking blethering on about random shit. Fuck this fucking idiot. Who fucking cares? Fuck off. We've won bingo. Fuck off. Right. So fuck this little moron. I'm just gonna hit him live. Fuck it, we're
doing fine.
There we go. Phil's playing the fucking game. Hooray for that. And he's at $22. Fucking hooray for that. Who cares? Don't care. So yeah, let's just fucking pick our winner. Let's just say, okay, we won a bingo. Who cares what the rest of the fucking nonsense is going to say? Who cares? Because we've got our full house. We need to. So this is going to be a bit awkward to do. We done it last time. We kind of worked out well, but we need to make sure we do this correctly. Bear with me, guys. 2 seconds. Actually, I'm going to let you guys enjoy some Meerkat music while I try and organise this as best as we can. Actually, you might as well enjoy, I say enjoy, you might as well just fucking watch Phil while I say try and watch Phil, but can you? I don't even know if you'll be able to watch Phil, because...
First, and now, we're all broken apart and not really synced together, and that's a problem.
We'll see.
Lucio coming at you.
Yeah, look how much faster he is than me. I'm slow. Gary, I'd love to see all the new maps today, but I gotta get to them, I guess, right?
Nah, it won't work out too well. Nah, fuck watching Phil then. But you guys enjoy some Meerkat music while I try and get it set up very quickly, okay?
I'm a mature adult with a business degree. Big, 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 big. All I see you do is big, 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 big. Little piggy, why you? Big, 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 big. All I see you do is big, 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 big. Little piggy, why you?
Right, guys. I'm going to need to make sure you guys keep me right here. Is your name here? Actually, now I think about it, we need to add Dashy. Here we Dashy. We'll get him added. But guys, this is the thing though. If your name's not here, let me fucking know. Storm Martin can't see his name, although... Yeah, his name's not there for some reason. Make sure I'm in the list. War Dog, you're not in the list either, so I need to everyone fucking stop talking so I can fuck off. I was going to copy and paste names in, but fuck it. Storm Martin and hang on, Warren. Right before Warno is War Dog. Lil Shadow X can't see themselves. That's a good point. So how do I get all these names, guys? In case you're wondering, is I click on participants from the chat and I copy and paste them from there. But for whatever reason, it doesn't include every single fucking participant. I don't know why it doesn't include every single participant. I don't know why. So even though it gets some of them, it doesn't get all of them. After people have typed 1, go from the participants. What do you mean people have typed 1? Michael Hunts is not an honest apart. 2 seconds, so this is what I'm saying. Like, so some of this is a manual process, and some of this is a just a automatic process. It goes back and forth. Black Mage, you're not there either. God, there's a lot of people got missed out on like the automatic thing. So guys, who else? Bill Brasky, you're not lost either, pal. 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Dreaded Ends, I can see you in chat, but you're not. Dreaded End. Dreaded End, oh, for fuck's sake. Fuck's sake. One more time. End. There you go. Mr. Differently Abled was not there either. Nope. So. So. Sammy Lou says, can you be put on? I've never seen you before in my fucking life, Sammy Lou. You want to get. This is like the first time I've ever seen you in chat. It feels like you're here as a chancer. It feels like you just kind of latched on right at the end to try and win some dosh. I've never seen Sammy Lou's name before in my life. And like, hey, let me in on this shit. Oh my. I'll think about it. Pam Solo, they definitely deserve to be on the list. Who else is missing here? We've got guys, so. Yeah, I'm on there. That's what I'm saying. So I don't deserve to be on here. Fucking imagine if I won one fucking contest. Scam for sure. Xian Gwen. To be fair, I do recognise you to be fair, so you're not an host. I don't think so. So yeah. Is that right? Kinda right. I think I spelled it wrong. I got a letters and hang on 2 seconds. Yeah, I definitely spelled it wrong. There's a Y in there. Yeah, cool. There you go for it. Right, guys, so Wetwork is asking to get taken off list. Sorry, you're not on us anyway, Wetwork. For whatever reason, didn't include you. God, there's so many people I've got to fucking include. This fucking copy and paste didn't really work out too well, did it? Jonathan J. SCP Sophie. Is she not on the list? For fuck's sake. Oh wait, that's not alphabetical. Hang on. SCP Sophie. Right, guys. So here's a whole list I've got so far. If you're not on it, let me know, okay? MC2... Okay, for fuck's sake. Okay. Every time I try and get a roll call going... It's people like, yeah, I was going to type in MC2. People... Yeah, add Prophet, he deserves it. That's a good point, to be fair. Prophet does deserve it. That's a very good shout. Right, guys. If you're not on the list, let me know. Here's the whole list I've got so far. Alphabetical order, as best as I can. Ian's so rare. To be fair, I do see sometimes Ian's so rare, so yeah. If I recognise your name, I will likely add you. No Canadians. Oh, BST, you're not on here. Okay, there you go. Right, so this is all the names I've got so far. And not so many people are fuck it, fine. Tom, Tony, and Jesus Christ, man. So we've got Tom, Tony, and Tommy. That's very fucking, you know, similar. Who else? 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 Damice is missed. Alright, so, okay, right, whatever. There are Canadians in here? Yeah, there's several Canadians here. Are there any dupes? I'm guessing no. Tony's asking, is there any dupes? I don't know. We got Tom, Tony, we got Tommy, and we got Tony. You three all sound similar. You three sound like you're fucking, you know, triplets. Or one person being three people. I'm just saying. Okay, it's fine. Snood, you're on here? Yeah, you're on here. Evil ADR. Is Evil ADR on here? Yes, they are. Train's on here. Lord Snark, are you on here? Yes, you are. Good stuff. SCP Sophie is on here. That's good. Okay, cool. Just as I said, guys, let me know if you're not on here. If you're regular and you're not on here, let me know. I say regular, you know what I mean? If I recognise your name, cool. Even if I don't... But if I've never seen your fucking name before, I'm going to think you're at it. I'm just saying. You know whose name I'm going to put on here? I know they watch the streams, but they kind of listen to it a lot. Yusuf. Y'all remember Yusuf? Good attractor, but he works on like a... I think he has to listen to it a lot of times, so he can't even be like... He lurks, he hears it, you know what I mean? But so I'm putting Yusuf's name on here as well. So if Yusuf wants to... He could win as well, fuck it, you know. But I remember Yusuf, so... DSP is missing. Okay. Is there anyone missing? If you can see this list and you think you should be on it, let me know. Steve are dead? Fuck it, why not? Why the fuck not? So this is the whole list we've got so far. I've got Agreeable, Compliments, Azonic, Black Leaks, Bill Brasky, Black Mage, Brad Burney, BST, Conroy, Damice, Dan Dark, Dashy Riley, David Riley, sorry. I'm not going to read it the whole fucking list. We can see it here on the right hand side. If you think you should be on this list, let me know. Or if you think anyone else you should be on this list. If there's anyone else who are kind of regulars or whatever that are not on this list you think should be, let me know. Because I am very close to just saying, okay, let's go and spin it. Ben Johnson screaming, holy shit, I was here. No, you weren't. You just turned up. Ben Johnson pretending he's been here since like fucking 7. No, you weren't. You just turned up. Meerkat, maybe. I don't want to spin it too early, just before we have everyone here. So is everyone happy they're on the list? At least all the regulars, whatever. I could shuffle the hell out of it. I'm saying before I even spin it. What's in your bag? Yeah, you deserve to win it. On silent weapons, you're right, Train. You're right about silent weapons. 2 seconds. Silent weapons has always got the good jokes. Barrett, of course, Barrett. Yeah, I was wondering where the hell Barrett was today. Barrett Wells, who's a Canadian, by the way. Yeah, that's a good point now I think about it. Maybe a lot less Canadians in chat today because it's Canadian Independence Day. They may be celebrating it with our loved ones and all that. Shout out to the Canadians celebrating their Independence Day today. And yes, Prophet's Canadian as well. And Derek, that creepy little bastard Derek, is also Canadian. He's kind of shame. Right, are we missing anything? Are we missing anyone? We've got Barrett Wells added, we've got Silent Weapons added, we've got What's in Your Bag added at the end. Are we all happy? What's in your bag? You're added, pal. You're right at the bottom there. See? We got your ass in the list in the end. Dayglow Hour. You're an host. Just as a last quick check, guys. If you're not on the list, or is there anyone else you think should be on this list that's not on it? Let me know. I'm just scrolling through the list one more time for you guys so you can see before I shuffle up and then I'll spin. If you think you or someone else should be on the list. BM2K. To be fair, I do see in chat sometimes BM. I'll add you as well, fuck it. BMK2KX. I do see you sometimes, to be fair. Indrid. Sometimes I see Indrid. Why did I just feel like several people just derived themselves from like Raw DDM or Dark Days Winner? And just all of a sudden say, hey, I was here the whole time. Right, is that everyone? We've got Michael Hunts in there. Conroy, you're not so good. Sodus. So many names I don't fucking recognise. Like, I've been here the whole time, how dare you? Let's see. 2 seconds, 2 seconds, 2 seconds. Two seconds, Sonus Prime. Anyone else? Anyone else? EB's a good shout, to be fair. Although they'll probably fucking refuse it. I'll put an EB in it anyway, but I don't know if they might just say no thanks. But fuck it, you know. We'll see. Or they might just tell me to do it to charity. That's what I said last time when I said that if the Street Fighter card had won, I was going to give like 25 to EB as well because it was their card, you know. But she was just like, you know, just give it to charity. If that happens, just give it to charity instead. But still, you know, fuck it. She deserves to win the card. She deserves a chance to win, so charity might get a chance. If she doesn't want it, charity can. Hi, I'm Stu. You're on the card. If I win, it's going to a charity of chat's choice. That's good idea. Okay. Are we all happy that everyone that should be on a card is on the card? I just want to make sure it's all good and all sorted. Bank Leaks is there. Sammy Lou. Sammy Lou. You know, I'll throw your name in, Sammy. There you go. Right, everyone's happy. Okay, fuck it. I'm going to just shuffle all up. Right, shuffling the crap out of all. Shuffling it all now. Shuffling. Every day I'm shuffling. Every day I'm shuffling. 32KJ is not on the wheel, no. Alright, fucking hell. So, it's Ben. I'm done. I'm getting ready to spin the wheel now, pal. God, I love it lands in a blank space. Johnny Chase. Johnny Chase is the winner of the bingo card. Congratulations on Johnny Chase. That was the fairest way I could try and do it. I couldn't get everyone's fucking name in, you know, I tried my best to get everyone's fucking name in when I could. But it's just one of those things where anyone could have fucking came in like right at the last second and said, okay, my name. But it is what it is. There we fucking go. Hey, Dark Side of Phil's in fucking chat. He's what I'm saying. He just got back in time to see somebody win the card, so even he couldn't get included in the fucking card. So there you fucking go. Well done, Johnny Chase. So how do we sort this? Johnny Chase. Usually I get. I've had the previous winners like email me like a screenshot of their YouTube just to make sure it's the same as you. And we can work out how you want, like, if you want like a gift card or if you just want PayPal sent your way. But Johnny Chase, if you email me your, you know, proof that it's actually your YouTube, you know, like just show, like, I don't know, just it's an easy way to kind of prove it's your YouTube handle, or whatever you think. But if you email me that, and we can get something sorted out behind the scenes. But yeah, you won the prize, and we'll try our best to work out how to... I'm not doxing my email. Everyone, my email is public. Wet work pretending to be Johnny Chase. Good one. But yeah, well done, Johnny Chase. Well done indeed. And yeah, guys, so me and Johnny Chase will sort out behind the scenes. If not tonight, whenever, you know what I mean? But we know he won anyway. So even if we can't get it sorted like tonight, we'll get it sorted out whenever we can. We know Johnny Chase won. That's the main thing. So, with all that being said, shout out to that being said, by the way. But with all that being said, that is the end of bingo for tonight. We actually got a full house. We started off the week with a victory. So, I'm going to end things how it always ends things on this bingo. We're going to go to Pixar Animations. We're going to go to Notorious PIG contributions. We're going to make sure it's playing at normal speed. It is playing normal speed, thank fuck for that. Half the time it's playing at 1.25 speed or something. And it's a wee bit embarrassing, but yeah, it's playing at normal speed, which is good. So guys, thank you very much for joining me in tonight's bingo. And yeah, we got a full house, which is fucking fantastic. So yeah, I'm glad you're here to see that. So we'll start off the week with a full house. Can we go super slow-mo the one? No, it would just ruin it if we go slow-mo. It's just, yeah, you got to enjoy it at its true normal speed. Yeah guys, thank you very much for joining me for some DSP Bingo. I'll catch you guys tomorrow for some more bingo if you wish to join me then. Until then, well done Johnny Chase for your victory, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for some more bingo. Who knows, maybe we'll make it 2 wins in a row. But to find out, you have to turn up and see. So until then, enjoy the rest of your Monday, have a good one guys, and catch you all later. Peace out.
On September 14th, a pre-authorized payment of $16.51 from PayPal.
All right, Luna Mills has tipped me $1.30. It says, "I'm back. What's your favorite type of shower?" When you're showered in money. When you go outside, and all of a sudden, greenbacks start falling from the sky, and you raise your face up. You're like, oh, you start dancing. You go, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. All right, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but thank you for the first tip of the day. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. Show me the money. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. And it's gone, just gone like that. In an instant, fucking gone.